Hey, what's going on? It's your boy KLA Cloud the Wanderer. Yeah, happy Sunday. It's KLA Sunday. And I have a discussion that, I wanted to talk about. It was kind of based on uh like an interview on my guy all the race George Page did with a female bodybuilder, and it was about it was about a female bodybuilder being friends, a female bodybuilder fans being friends with a female bodybuilder actors. So I got my friend BC Voice is in the house. How you
What's
been,
going
man?
on?
Yeah,
I've been good. Good.
yes. So what's going on with you?
Well, just to start out, basically into the topic, the main thing, I just finished up my fair circuit. I was doing a bunch of drawings of caricatures at fairs and all that. So now I'm entering the off season and about to take the next few months to do some traveling, vacation, and chill. But yeah, one of the fairs that I was at, I actually met and hooked up with a female bodybuilder. Her name is Nikki Treadway. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely one of those who would date a female bodybuilder because I'm doing it right now.
Uh,
I've
all
also
right.
dated a few in the past, but very more like brief flings.
Okay. I haven't dated a female bodybuilder. I've done sessions with some of them. That's how far I went. I never really, it's hard for me to be in a relationship at times because I'm dealing with a lot of craziness around me, just trying to get my stuff together. But yeah, would you be friends with like somebody that you'd be attracted to?
Yeah, I mean it
Yeah.
happens time throughout life. You're gonna meet several women that you're attracted to, and then sometimes you just stuck in the friend zone, you could say. Other times, it advances to the next relationship where you get serious about dating. But yeah, I mean, I'm mainly attracted to female bodybuilders or muscle women, so it's hard for me to settle on like average girls unless they're like very thick, athletic, and curvy. And that's another thing too. Like as my
Yeah.
taste buds have developed, I've become like I like off-season bodybuilder girls, like thicker and stronger. I'm not as much a fan of the ripped and shredded ones.
Mm. All right. So we might as well play the video. So see what I'm talking about.
Do you get a lot of schmoes on your Instagram page? Who are your fans of yours? And this is one. Remember, I did an interview with Cheryl Foose, and she told me like, we're not schmoes, we're friends. But I said become a schmo. I am a muscle person.
They use that word schmo in the business. That's considered a schmo. He's one of my close friends, and we just went to the Olympia together. Like we hang out. He's never like been inappropriate with me. So I see where the bad connotation can come forth, but listen, no matter what class you're in, from bikini to women's bodybuilding, we are literally in next to no clothing on stage in a beauty pageant. Of course, it's going to draw some eyes. It's going to draw some sexualizations, but we're literally in no clothes, tanned, oiled up, flexing. I get the sex appeal to that. So we are going to get it. It's just how you handle it at the end of the day.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a lot to it. Like, Lacey worked because of the expedition. I know a while back when I was doing an interview with a lady we talked about her, Daphne, she told me
Those are some good memories right there.
I mean, Daphne, both of y'all beautiful ladies. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all just sexy. I would say that I'm a man.
I will take that compliment. That is totally fine. I will take that compliment.
Yeah.
It's funny because George, I literally just stopped talking. I'm on a dating app, and he stopped talking to me because we FaceTime, and he saw my arms, and he's like, "Your arms are too big for me. I can't handle that."
What?
What'd you say, Willie?
I'd be happy if I could get a
Me personally, I'm not really feeling with the friend zone stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been friendly with women, but not that much, not that many. You know what I'm saying? I remember somebody had told me this long time ago, and it was a woman, and she was like, a woman knows when they gonna have sex with you when they first see you. And that always stuck to me. And even before that, it was like, I did have like that belief of well, maybe, men and women can be friends. It doesn't matter if you're attracted to them or not. I don't know, I guess, because I would see it on TV and stuff like that. But then I started kind of seeing it. I was like, I don't think it's genuine because, like, in your mind, it's like if she tell you to drop your pants, you gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, especially with women, like they not really like there've been times that I've like I kind of friend zone women that I wasn't attracted to, and they wasn't feeling it. I remember like my first interact first time I had like a female friend was I was in the fifth grade. This is how back long it started. And she liked me, and you know I was crazy about somebody else. I wasn't crazy about her like that. And she was not trying to hear it at times because we was talking on the phone, and then after a while we just stopped. And that was like my earliest, I would say, interaction with a female being friends. I mean, I've had some friendly ones. I mean, females that I was friendly with, but like to a point where it's just like I'm hanging out with you, we going to the movies and all this stuff. uh, I don't know, that works for me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. What's
Yeah, I
your
mean,
thoughts?
the
Now,
thing is,
oh,
when it comes to like friend zone, all like, well, back to that comment you said, like that the women. Someone else said that comment too about the woman knows as soon as she sees you that whether she's gonna have sex with you or not. I don't think that's 100% true. I think that's just one of those things that people have taken and run with it. Now, the the girls that I have hit it off with, for the most part, yes, I could tell by the way they looked at me that they were interested in me. Um, but there are other times when, over time, women who first saw me, especially if they saw me in a different state, for instance, with some of the fitness industry girls that I've met, some of them knew me when I was a lot more chunky, obese. And then as I dieted down and focused on my fitness and gained a more athletic appearance, I started to see several of them get more attracted to me. So I definitely think it can change with time, and it's not always just based on your physical look. Sometimes some girls um, grow to see like a different type of confidence. If you got humor, if you're wise, all these other types of things that maybe initially they had their guard up, um, and then eventually they let it down. They feel comfortable enough to start to want to interact with you. And another thing with whole friend zone, like, in order to really, unless you're just doing one night stands, like in order to really start hitting it off and dating and eventually lead to sexual, like where you're having sexual intimacy, y'all got to become friends first. Like, not like a friend like how you are with your buddies, but you got to grow to like each other, get to know each other, and want to hang around each other at all, to see if you all have any common interests and stuff, um, and want to share your time together before you really start to develop sexual intimacy. And so I think American culture has kind of got us like, really, we're over sexualized, and then we're also like really on the extremes. Like, it's like, oh, like if I go take a girl out on a date, then we gotta fuck the first night, that type of thing. Or not. If I suspect she's put me in the friend zone, well, then I'm just not gonna talk to her or hang out with her at all. I think there's a lot of potential to lose engaging interactions and relationships when you're in that type of extreme paradigm.
I don't know. I mean, like I've had female friends, and it just kind of sometimes, like they still act funny with you a bit too, like I have females that I was friendly with, and it was almost like a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, but I'm not getting no benefit of it. Like I would have to be like the first one to call them, you know, before they call me, that type of thing. If we on the phone or anything like that, I mean, I don't know, I don't see it. I don't see it like that all the time. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can't call it. I can't call it.
Well, I find it hard to make friends with most women in today's society, especially if you're talking about younger ones, just because
Right.
they're very. What's going on?
Hey,
What's
hey,
up?
hey, how you doing, Royce? Hey, KLA.
Yeah, what's
It's
going
been a
on?
minute. Oh man, I was gonna tell you, man, I'm at work because remember that last time I told you and George Page, man, I've been really really busy. They've been like
Yeah,
needing me more here.
I
Huh?
ain't seen you in a while. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
know,
you in a
man.
while. I heard from you in a while.
Oh no, man, it's not. It's just I just got caught up, man, helping out my mother a lot, and then coming back to work. It's just it hasn't really been that great, but I'm doing what I have to do to stay up. Yeah, yeah. Hey, George. Hey.
Hey, what's up, George? Yeah, so
Hello, good evening.
the topic was, well, one of the topics was would you be friends with somebody that's attracted to you? I mean that you would be attracted to, that's a female bodybuilder.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't see them always like available like that because mostly, I mean, George always interviews the ones that are always married.
Well, not all of them married. Some are
Yeah.
single, but then they
Hmm.
have careers and lives, and they focus on that. Maybe when they have some time, when it's between their prep and their training, when they have that time where they find somebody who really is serious or interested in them, yes, look for a relationship. Like, one lady I'm talking to right now, she's in the middle of a divorce. She was married. Her and her husband were together for 2 or 3 years. They met when they were working out together. And right now, she told me, was it like a few months after she last competed, she told me that they are now in the process of getting divorced. It's just
Wow.
about sometimes about timing. I know a couple they met in the gym and they're still married. They're really cool people. It's just all depending on how their life is going. If they're focused on their career and their life, or they have kids and family, that's the focus for now. But then if they're open to starting a relationship, like it's anybody. There's people who don't even know who are bodybuilders who have careers in life. It's right now they're not looking for somebody. Maybe looking for maybe a cuddle buddy every now and then. Somebody, but then just generally like any woman, it's about the right person. You can't be too strange. You can't be, too focused on them as a bodybuilder. Focus them as a person. Now, the bodybuilding part, that's who they are. But yeah, remember, also you can't forget that they're just a woman too. Sometimes I like to talk about stuff outside of just, hey, flexing and stuff like that. Just want to, hey, let's talk. Don't always want to talk about working out. You might like to talk about a movie or going to what shows they like, or like talk about what you do for a living.
even you don't have to even be in great shape. I've seen some ladies. I know this one lady. Her husband looks like me. They were together for a long time. She's a bodybuilder. They got 2 kids. The guy looks like me.
Oh, oh, cool.
Everybody ain't gonna be lucky like that, though.
It's not about luck. It's just they probably were together before, and then she got into the bodybuilding thing, and then it just, he supports.
No, I'm just saying, not to cut you off. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of dudes that, since I posted this thing up, it's a lot of dudes saying they don't mind. But like, come on, like, as guys, we gonna be attracted to somebody. Like all that friend stuff, I don't know. I don't believe in it. I just don't. Me personally. I mean, yes, like if like to a certain point, like if you and her be friends, yeah, that's cool. But like if the other person is attracted to you, I mean, or vice versa, then it's not gonna work because that all in your mind is gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna shoot my game and all that stuff. That's my thoughts. That's just me.
Also,
I was just
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just cutting in because I started out this topic before y'all jumped on. I actually am currently dating a female bodybuilder. I just met her a month ago, named Nikki Treadway. So, and I'm not no bodybuilder, but I am fit. And trying to get, she's actually helping me to get even more cut up, you could say. But yeah, there's a lot of them that just go for regular guys. Matter of fact, she even said she wouldn't date another bodybuilder just because there's so much mental stress and angst dealing with them. They're very, very unique people. They are normal people, but there's a lot of especially when it comes to their body dysmorphia, stuff that you have to, kind of like get them to accept. They're always kind of criticizing and viewing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think
we got people on the chat. Let me read them real quick. Got my man Boss Deep, Small Game. He's another one. He's another one, boy. He's another one. Hell yeah, I want to be more than friends with a female bodybuilder.
Well, he's got a point.
Make a moderator. Yeah, we know Boss Deep. I love female bodybuilders and muscular women. I would like to be friends with benefits. This is the friends with benefits. That y'all not friends. I don't friends with benefits. That's some bullshit. Like that's some bullshit. I love female bodybuilders and muscular women. I would like to be friends with benefits with female bodybuilders and muscular women.
Most women.
Then y'all not friends. I have questions on so many. Say that again.
Well, what's crazy, George Page, is how they reach out to you. Because I'm not like, no offense. I'm just like, sometimes I'll be like, you and obviously you guys have like had a lot of interviews with a lot of these women. I'm like, they're that open-minded about talking to men? Because the way I see it, I'm in the Bay Area and a lot of them are not, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying women in general are not really talking to them all the time.
His thing is, Rolando, it's just sometimes you reach out to these ladies. Some of them might want a story to tell. Sometimes they hit or miss. Sometimes I have some turn downs. Sometimes I tell, hey, they want to say, we'll get back to you. And I move on. I can't wait now. And, I might say, hey, if you want to do an interview, let me know. Right now I got a lady that I was talking to about doing an interview, but she stepped back from it. She said she would try to do it another time because she got things she want to focus on at this time. I got one lady that I possibly might have come back on again because she just did a season and she wraps up and keep in contact. It can be it's like I keep telling Ed here, KL, that sometimes like going out fishing, you throw a line out.
Hold on one sec. I gotta go.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, it's like when you throw a line out and you see who can bite on the line.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I got pushed out.
That's all right.
Oh, I thought we scared you out. I was like, oh man, I scared.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I think it's interesting. I'm like, I actually agree with what George had said earlier, is that sometimes it's timing. Like, you don't always get the girl that you're sexually interested in just right off the bat. Sometimes you do, but sometimes if they got a lot of other stuff going on in their life, you kind of have to play the waiting game, and the waiting game is somewhat being stuck in like a friend zone type of scenario. Doesn't mean you're reaching out and talking to them every day or hanging out with them. Like,
I'm on the second floor. Yeah, I'm on down.
I gotta mute him if he hold on, because hold
And
on.
sometimes there's a flip side to it. Some of these ladies, sometimes it's harder to have friendships because some people are intimidated by by the physical appearance. There's some, one lady I interviewed a while back. Her husband divorced her. They were married for a good while. He divorced her because she started doing the bodybuilding. She started to change. She was, she's happily married now with somebody else. This man was the father of their children, and they just woke up because he didn't like the fact she's doing a bodybuilder. Some of these ladies sometimes find it hard to find. They like to have friendships, but they have to be careful because some people, especially as the smoke community. And his thing is, when you call it smoke, I don't say it's a bad thing. What it is, we are fans. We like you, respect you. We are drawn to, but then we get to know you. So anything, you meet a woman that you're physically attracted to, and you get to know her, and then you're just not physically attracted to you, you are mentally attracted to her. Like, I had conversations with women that I always found her attractive, but then we have talk, we keep up, we sometimes go back and forth, since a little, like, especially in IG. One lady, when she competed this weekend, she told me that she didn't win, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't win." And she said, "Well, George, we're gonna do this again, yeah." And I said, "Well, if you ever want to come back on and just update, see what's going on, you're welcome." She's a cool lady. She's married, she has a kid, and we're friends. She'll send me stuff every now and tag me, and I appreciate that. And I remember a while back, KL was on one lives where we talk about how one person, I'm not a big fan of hers, but she has come onto my lives, and that's Natalia Cuejo. She has come in my lives before, and even she has even said that, even though she told me this once in one of my I posted something because the fact of her competing so much, she said, even though he's not a big fan of mine, he does support us women bodybuilders, and women like that. When somebody supports you, you don't have to like that person. I think Natalia has a great physique. It's beautiful. I ain't gonna lie about that. But I just personally don't like someone what she's doing multiple shows. One lady I posted, it's
George,
it's just.
George, I don't want you. I want you to land the plane a little bit because I got videos I want to show, and you can discuss
Go ahead and go
it.
to videos. Go to videos.
All right. So I'm gonna play this other one.
Guys, I'm Bahar,
Because you're single right now, right?
Yeah.
How should guys approach you in the gym, or if at all?
They don't approach me, they just stare at me because I think I look intimidating.
So they do where they find you on social media, follow you, slide in the DMs,
They
but
slide
never
in the
actually
DM,
say anything.
talking about, I saw you in the gym, but I was kind of a little scared to approach, and I was like, no wonder.
Do you understand how you're kind of intimidating, though?
Yeah, but I think, like, even at this point, without no context, I think it's the vibe that I'm giving off, maybe a little, like, tomboyish style, and I think I do look a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie.
Or you could approach them.
No, but I'm not looking for a boyfriend.
True.
Looking for a man.
Any thoughts?
I would say it's funny because the gym that I work out at, there are a lot of female bodybuilders, muscle women there, and they are very much. It's part of. I think it's because they get looked at and hit on so frequently. Because there's a lot of guys out there that are really attracted to the muscular women. They just hide it. Most people hide it, but they get hit on quite a bit every day, and then they get reached out to on Instagram a lot. So a lot of these girls are in standoffish, resting bitch face, throughout the day, and they don't really know that, or they're not even aware of it as much. And then a lot of times when they're going to the gym, they treat it like a job. They're trying to go in, work out, get out, and go cook, meal prep, eat, whatever they got to do. So sometimes I think with us guys, because I've talked to some in the gym before, I usually use my art as an opener because it's easy for me to just be like, hey, you're attractive, you know, blah, blah, blah. I like to draw female bodybuilders. It's actually part of my my art career. So I sometimes will use that as a segue. It doesn't always lead into much more than that, but it's a way to get them off of their guard. And then occasionally I'll sometimes ask them, I'll pay attention to sometimes certain exercises and stuff that they're doing and ask them the purpose of it and not necessarily lead immediately into, okay, I want to go out on a date with you. But it's when you work out a lot, you start to pay attention to, because anyone, they get dudes coming up to them all the time like, oh my God, your biceps are so huge, your quads are so big, blah, blah, blah. But if you see them training a unique way and you make a comment on that, that sometimes will get them to be like, oh, this dude's, you know, he's very observant, you know, and then they let their guard down a little bit. And then you just speak to them. And then, like I said, over time, maybe you continue to talk to them later. It becomes a point now where when you see each other, y'all can wave and say hi. And versus it just being that whole awkward, you know, you're staring at them the whole time. That gets them that puts their creeper guard up hard.
Mm-hmm.
George?
And that chick, I follow on social media. She's attractive. She's more of a social media influencer. I don't think she competes too much or competes at all. One thing I think that's maybe output for me is I don't like chicks with tattoos around their necks like that. That's just yeah. I mean, I've worked, like I said, you know me, Ed. One thing, BC, I used to work at a strip club. I used to see women who had tats like that. That's not appealing. I knew one girl, she was really pretty, really cool, but then she had was a chest tattoo. My pet peeve is maybe certain areas, you know, tattoos should not be, especially for women, anything close to the face, like the neck or the chest. You know, it's a pet peeve for me, you know, as a guy. You know, she shouldn't have no female should have like a Japanese style tattoo on her back, like, you know, like your Yakuza. You know, that's too much. You know, little tattoos in there, that's all right. And yeah, some women can intimidate men. You know, if you're a real man, you can say, you know what, let me see. But then sometimes they be saying, oh, you're just a creep. You just want to push up. I mean, well, I just saw you over here. Just want to say hello, talk to you a little bit, get to know you. And, you know, they are have the guards up. But then you know, maybe every so often say, hey, I just want to say hello to you, just saw you, and just, you know, I'm just gonna be over here if you want to talk to somebody. And sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes, like I said, there's been times where some of these guys, we have discussions. We talk about things. We have, you know, especially the ones who I know who are married, because sometimes they may not have something they want to share with their wife, their husband. You know, they just want somebody that could get a second voice from, you know, and just have to let a woman be. You got to mind yourself. They're women, and women like to have a nice discussion with a man who's not too engaged to their physical being, who they are. They're not staring and looking at their muscles. Or if you can find it, Kale, there's a video of I'm gonna probably post it on my live stream later tomorrow of Jessica Reyes Badia's talking, and somebody sent it to me, and then I sent it to other people. And then I said to somebody, say, hey, you know, she's really inspirational. Me and this lady, we had a debate about, you know,
sorry. You sent me, I got that video. But you sent me last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Me and lady had a debate about it. Said, you know, how she says her message is yeah. You know, and she's married and she has a kid. We're cool. You know, I'm hoping when they get on I keep telling her, hey, you need to get an interview. She doesn't compete anymore, but she competed back in the day. And we had a discussion about what Jessica said. And I said, well, my thing was, you know, how I like to joke. I said, well, yeah, what she's talking, because most bodybuilders are going to look, they're not going to really pay attention to the content of the message. They're just going to listen to the message. I said, but if you're a schmo, you're going to look at this hot Puerto Rican chick who's buffed out with huge jugs, tan and all glistening. You're not going to pay attention to what she's saying. You're just try to keep saying to yourself, please don't have erection. Please don't have erection while she's talking to you. If you can find it, you can show it.
Yeah. My thing is, you know, I've had like recently, I was talking with a female bodybuilder, and she says that guys don't really approach like that, you know, and I think she kind of like do sessions, and like her last boyfriend, she told me that was a client that she had, and so there've been a couple of female I've heard like personally, like with the staring, I've done it. I'm gonna keep it real, and because it was just it just fascinated me. I'm not gonna lie, like you, because it's not every, because I'm in New York City, of course, and I see a lot of women, like not just muscular but athletic women, and then you just because you all around you just seeing all these women, and they look good, but then when you see the muscular women, like the stuff that you would see like in social media or in the magazines, it's like, wow, you actually seeing it in person. I remember one time I was like in a park, and I seen this chocolate ebony girl, muscle girl, and I'm like looking at her, and you know I probably could have said something, but I didn't. So I'm not gonna lie, I did a little creepy stuff too. I recorded people too, but yeah, it's just a fascination. So
I think in order to open up the door where you start to, this is just any guy, to start to, like, if you're really, really attracted to female bodies. So one of the things I think when we're growing up, mainly only having access to see them through the internet, they achieve like we almost look at them like they're goddesses.
yeah.
Because they're beautiful. We tend to be, I was 12 when I first found out I was attracted to muscular women, and then like they just seem larger than life. Then when you first meet them in person or first see them in person, it's natural, if you have this type of level of, you view her as like above human, you're gonna freeze. Like, everybody's gonna get nervous. You're gonna start to overthink,
Brandon, you're breaking up. I don't know if that's me.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
It might be with his connection.
Is it good now? Am I good now?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay. I was
Go ahead. Oh.
In terms of like, in order to get comfortable talking to female bodybuilders, you have to think yourself in positions where you see them and interact more. Not just on Instagram but like literally going to gyms. I'm not gonna go to the gym just so you can hunt bodybuilders, but going to the gym and actually or going to bodybuilding shows and being around them, because as you're around them more and more, you'll have passing interactions, and talk to them, and then start to get comfortable speaking. And then eventually that can lead up to being friends with a few of them. And as you become more and more comfortable being friends with certain ones, it's going to make it easier for you to actually approach one in a given scenario with the right confidence and get her interested in you and get an engaging conversation going. Yeah, it can start out talking about her muscles and all that, but like George was saying, eventually she's going to want the conversation has to steer on to something else in order for them to really get around you to the point where they want to date you,
Yeah, I get in some comments, so let me just read some. I didn't know it was going to be a full house like this. Yeah, hold on. Okay, I have Caleb Hall. I have crushes on so many female bodybuilders and muscular women. Eric Holmes, I don't mind. Caleb Hall, I seen hot female bodybuilder scenes on the movie Skin Deep, the series Arliss, the series Gigolos.
Oh, yeah.
Gigolos. Kayla Paul. I like Lauren Powers and Jane Tricker. I have big crushes on them. Kayla Paul again. I really like Yvette Bova, Angela Salvano, Denise Messino, Amber DeLuca, Brandy May, Deborah, and Andre. I like Karen Perez. Jesus, hold on. I got the slow tablet.
Yeah, because you interviewed
And
character
hold
a while
on.
back.
Yeah, I did. I did. I did. I've talked with Brandy May, and we was just having like a regular conversation. I think it all started like I was at this event. I ain't gonna say the name, and it was a birthday, and I think they was playing what Jodeci song, and then I started off asking her, what's your favorite Jodeci song? And then she said that she couldn't recall too much. And then like years back, I told her that, I used to send, and then she said that she remembers. And then after that, we just started talking a lot. She was talking about how she started, and like even when she was at that show, she was guest appearance in that show with Katie. What's her name? Katie Crook. I I forgot her name in this talk show and stuff, and
So
she
Katie
was,
Couric.
yeah, Katie Couric, and we was just talking, you know. So yeah, that's all.
Who
That's all
doesn't
I
have
had to say.
who doesn't have a favorite Jodeci song? Come on, that means you don't really listen to Jodeci.
I don't
If
know.
you do,
I asked her. I
like,
asked her that.
like
She said she did.
if you ask somebody what's your favorite Drew Hill song, you're gonna say either "Someone Sleep in My Bed" or "Beauty." I like
She
"Beauty."
said she didn't remember. That's what she said.
You can't remember. You just you don't really listen to Jodeci. Come on,
Yeah.
forget. Yeah. Don't say you don't remember. You just don't listen to the music. Just say, no, I never listened to them. I don't know who they are. That makes more sense. You say you don't have a favorite Jodeci song, like you. So you're
Yeah.
having my baby, and it means so much to
Everybody
me.
know that.
Yeah, that's,
Everybody know that song. But I wasn't listening right now. Like, I mean, but of course, you do know them songs. It's not like, you know,
like I say,
it'll be on the radio and the video.
even though it's gonna be in another week or so, it's gonna be a 50th birthday. I grew up born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and the 90s. I like when I make my reels on my IG, I like to use some old school styles. I love to use old school stuff. Like I had one where I had all my past interviews, I used an old guy song, jam, and some ladies they liked it because they like because sometimes they like listen to something that makes them feel good. Like when I make my birthday reels, and somebody say, "You know what, George? I like that song because it really made take me back or made me feel good." Something women like stuff like that. Sometimes they do work out with the hard, gritty stuff, but every now and then they like something they can kick their heels off and listen to and feel good. Especially with the sisters. You play something they like. And like I said, one thing I love all muscle women, but I love my black female bodybuilders more. Like my session, my girlfriend, and that's Andrea Shaw.
Yeah, speaking of that, I don't see the profile. You got Angela Yao. Like, what's up with
Well,
that?
I try to say
Yeah.
I like Angela. She has comment on stuff, and when I
All
post
right.
my IG, when I tag her, I like her physique. Like
All
I
right.
said, I guess I never said didn't like her. I'm a fan of her physique. I'm a fan
No,
of hers.
no. I'm just saying because you be like Andrea Shaw.
Yes,
Oh,
because she's
Andrea Shaw.
so beautiful.
Like every time, like you
Yes,
want to pull out the magazine and all
we
this
gonna get
stuff.
it.
I'm like, Jesus.
We're gonna get it. Because this is a friend of mine. See, BC, a friend of mine. Her name is Eunice. Eunice runs her own company called Bad Rap. They do clothing line for women and bodybuilder. Eunice was at the Olympia last year. We were still in Orlando, and she got an issue of muscle development. It's Andrea on the cover. She saw Andrea there, and Andrea signed for me. And and she sent it to me. It was just going to be a year ago, just like I think a little bit after my birthday, because it was maybe just a week after my 49th birthday when I got it. And Eunice, she's a great lady. You know, she's been on a couple of my live streams before. Even a while back, her and partner JoJo, they asked me to be the host for when they signed Sherry Pirami as their band ambassador. This is a good thing about when you have a relationship with these women, because you know they'll come out and ask you, say, George, you might know somebody or who you can talk to somebody, or well, I'll give you some information and then see what you can do. Because there was a time when she was looking for a brand ambassador, she asked me, well, I want to start such. Well, let me tell you some stuff about her before you get into it. I told her information, she used it, and they have a good relationship.
I mean, but not to cut you off, but you bet they're benefiting from you. You know, it's not like, oh, you just benefiting from them. They benefiting from you.
Because you know what, this helps me, because what it does, it gives me say, you know what, if this person knows this person, like, okay, if I know this person, I'm really cool with them. They say, hey, oh, I heard you through such and such. I said, oh, who was that? I say, oh, she told me that you're a pretty good guy. You know, you can talk about things. You're not too creepy, but still, even sometimes they might even get a link. They saw something, and they said, okay, I saw your stuff. My friend told me you're a pretty good person. You reached out, and that's how sometimes not just we benefit from each other, because they get information from me. Like my friend, she's
that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They benefiting from you too. Like the way you saying it, the way you saying it, it's like, oh, they just they're just benefiting from you. I mean, you're benefiting from them, but it's you benefiting. You know what I'm trying to say.
It's like
give and take.
It's never gonna be. If it's too much of one-way relationship, it's not really a relationship. But if it's give and take, they give you information that you might need to know. Like sometimes I get heads up on stuff, and like often, as you know, one of my other monikers is I'm Jon Snow. I'm the bastard of Winterfell, and sometimes my little birds give me information. I'll get stuff and saying they trust my confidence, because I won't tell it until it's necessary time to tell it. And I learn information. I use that information, and also they might trade me off something for information. And there's times where we have these good friendships. Like every so often I get like a birthday, if they know it's my birthday and they have my address. Especially I'll send some as one of my care packages as a thank you for doing the interview. They know my birthday, they send me something, like how Eunice did for me. She reached out and said, hey, George, I'm gonna see stuff for your birthday, give me your address. It's like I say, any relationship, be it friendly or being physical, it's always going to be give and take. It can never be too much of a one-way street, because it really is, you're just being used.
Exactly. And I mean, like for me, my getting into the whole bodybuilder world, or where I started to see more muscle women on a regular basis, I got in mainly through at first giving my doing drawings for some of these women for free, and several of them would give me like shout outs on Instagram and stuff, and that actually helped me out. And then I got to start going to setting up booths with my art on display at like stuff like the Olympia and the Arnold, but it came from that whole give and take type of thing. And then now, several people are still like last night I went to a muscle contest bodybuilding show with my girl Nikki, and I saw several people there that had basically built up relations over the years through basically previous drawings I'd done for them. Some of them, and I mean, it's not all free drawings. Like a lot of times now, people do reach out to have me create a logo or something for them. I don't like drawing bodybuilders as much as I used to, female bodybuilders. I actually prefer to just draw them mainly as boxers right now. But not all of them are necessarily into that. So if I'm not able to do a drawing like that anymore, then I'm not going to go out of my way to try to draw a chick for free.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Emmanuel L., I become very good online friends with a woman who is a female bodybuilder. Out of respect, I won't say her name. George, you've done an interview with her. You got Caleb Hall. I like Brooke Diesel, Echo Bell, Ruby Muscles, Rolando G, Caleb BK. Let me see. Friends with them. That's all. Y'all you are not their idol, man. If you get blessed to be with one, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Before you say something, George, I want to play another video. Check this one out.
Remind you that every person on this earth is a locked diary. That HR director that you have, the one that wears the long sleeves, the pants, is very meticulous and proper and wears glasses. On the weekends, yeah, she likes to go to sex orgies and participate in gangbangs. She doesn't drink, she's not a party animal. That's just who she is. You know, my side hustle, been at it 15 years. I've met a lot of people, a lot of men. Everything from federal judges, FBI agents, police officers, mechanics, pediatricians, psychiatrists. They all have something. We all have a story. We all have something. We all wear a mask. And it takes a lot to get this lock off and this open because we're all afraid of judgment. But let me close on this. Don't ever feel inferior or less than to other people because you know what? That federal judge likes to get dressed up in women's pantyhose and get slapped around. That cop, yeah, you know, people are all wearing a mask. Just remember to wash your own mask before you judge other people for their mask.
It's true. There's a lot of people that do stuff undercover you don't know about. Like, you know, like some of the ladies who I know who do the is my coding, the Beat Meat websites. You know, they had judges, IFB level, ABC level judges on there. And they're the same person that would judge them at shows. And they go on these sites and, you know, proposition them and have, you know, cyber sex with them, but still go to shows, judge them, and you know, and that's what they do. Everybody has their thing about them. You know, like she said, it's Courtney Austin, everybody knows her. You know, Kale, he interviewed her a while back. You know, I'm a bit jealous. He got a chance to interview Courtney else.
Well, that ain't nothing compared to the other women that you interview. So,
sometimes guys, you get the hands on some women that I don't get the hands on.
well, fair enough.
Yeah,
I actually met her at what's it called? What was it? One of the Olympias. She's pretty cool. We were gonna do a thing where I was maybe gonna make an art piece for her use for her brand, but we never followed up on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, like I said, I remember the first time I went to my first bodybuilding show. That was Savannah. I can't believe that's been about 2 years ago. And for me, it was just, you know, because I'm from North Carolina, we don't get to see women like that. Actually, I got to meet my first female bodybuilders was it if you know Glenn Young from Amazon Fitness Magazine. He had a debut of his magazine, and I was invited as a guest, and I got to meet a couple ladies I did interviews with, Mary Ann and Amanda Schnooks, and some other ladies who were amateurs, some ladies that were pros. And then, you know, that was just great for me. It was a great opportunity. Then it was a few months later, I think it was the next year when he had an event here in Fayetteville. It was at a gym, and Rashada Boswell was there. It was supposed to be, a supposed seminar. There was only like 4 or 5 women who came there, and the rest were people who worked at the gym. And, you know, met one lady who just turned pro that year. She turned pro a few months that year. That's the one me and her are not on good terms because, you know, and I met with Shauna, and, you know, and it was just great to meet her and to talk to her. You know, I'm a fan with Shauna. You know, her, was it this morning? She competed at the, what's the face show. Now, I remember that was the day I bought her because she did an interview with me. I said, I just said, you know what? Let me bring her stuff for the care package instead of mailing like I usually do. She took it all with her. So Glenn said the rest later. And she told me that her, you know, she had twins, a little boy, little girl. Her little boy, Lucas, he loves, said George, he loves a toothbrush. She said, and he's still using it. You know, it's been a long time. I don't think he's using that toothbrush anymore because he's already about 5 years old. And it's great when you get a chance to meet these people. And then when I went to Savannah to be big stage, to see all these women, like I took some pictures to talk with Lena Popa. I saw Linda Murray. I wish I could talk to her, but I know she was busy. Ari Vicchio from, you know, who was a legend back in the day, who runs Muscle Angels, Sheena Olick, Donna Salib, you know, I got to talk with Irene Anderson, a couple of ladies who I interviewed. One lady who's there that you know, Kay, I don't speak her name.
Yeah.
And it was just up to it. One person I wish I should have talked to. I regret I didn't do that. It was Ingrid, and that was the year right before, a few months before she died. Her and her husband were there, and they had their boots for bulletproof. And she had an amazing body. You know, she was planning on switching over to women's bodybuilding next year, but then she had gotten sick and she passed away. And I always regret this. I didn't go over there and talk to her to say hello. But it was me. It was just a big thing for me, seeing all these women, these people, and I'm just this little country boy, come from North Carolina, you know, and just it was just.
But the topic, like what I played, like what's your thoughts about the judgment and stuff? Because I know you be telling me about how, you know, people judge you, like they would ask you questions about, are you gay? And you know, you looking at a female bodybuilder, and they have like this perception of you.
That's their problem, not mine.
No, I'm just saying, like what your thoughts about being judged?
Yeah,
no, that's all. That's all.
People are going to. They're going to jump to that conclusion. I mean, we've been getting it since I was younger. When people first saw that I liked it, my parents and other people were like, "Are you gay?" Like, the thing is, it's like, okay, you could let it affect you, which it did for me. It did affect me for a long, long time, but I didn't let it stop me from pursuing female bodybuilders. I'm like, I'm more attracted to them. I'm more attracted to muscle women. So why should I stop trying to pursue them? Just because I got these other people who think that I'm attracted to dudes because I'm attracted to muscular women, you know, like, fuck them. I'm gonna go do my thing. I think they feel better and they look better than regular women to me. And there's, you know, there's a lot of dedication and hard work that they've exemplified in doing that. It's just something about them being above the common everyday trope of a woman that America has had for a long time, which is just this woman who stays at the house, chills, doesn't do anything, just cleans up, blah, blah, blah. There's something extremely exotic about a woman who's beautiful, but is also super strong. And like if she's competitive or athletic, can run fast, you know, box, like those types of things. There's been a segment of men throughout history that have always liked those types of women. We always had to kind of stay quiet about it, but now I think it's becoming more popular for us to come out. Because here's what's funny, a lot of those dudes that used to say, oh, you're gay if you like female bodybuilders, I found out later on, some of them were attracted to female bodybuilders. They just were, they were too ashamed. And they had, you know, pressure of society and other people breathing down their neck, you know, so that, you know, there's a lot of mind traps that we fall into based on other people's judgments, you know.
I think, in my opinion, I think we all judge people, because especially when you forming that opinion, it's just that, you know, I can't say it's right or wrong. It's just what you align to, you know, if it makes sense. You know, it's just because one time, like, I know you're gonna come on, George, but one time I seen this guy. I was at this event, right, and I was talking to this dominatrix, and you know, next thing she was telling me, she was like, yo, I want you to open the door for my slave. So I'm like, okay, I don't live here, you know, this ain't my place like that. you know. But I didn't. I was lost. So eventually, when I opened the door, hold on, Rolando's back. When I opened the door, what was I about to say? He distracted me. There was this guy. He was wearing a dress, straight up, like, and then like next thing you know, I'm just looking at him like flabbergasted. And then she had him like twerking this other twerking in front of this other dude and all the kind of crazy stuff. Then she had me, you know, like rubbing her toes and stuff like that. And the dude with the dress, he's telling me how to like rub her feet and stuff like that, rubbing her feet. So I'm like, you know, listening to him and stuff because he seemed like he got some pointers and stuff. So I'm like, and then next thing you know, I see him like buying like food for her, and I'm just looking. I'm like, whoa, that's that can't be me. It was mind blowing to see this. I'm like, yo, like,
well, but that's a different story. That's one thing. That's a different story.
Yo, like,
that's
yo, that.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, that's common though in this world because the whole with female bodybuilders, what men want from them, I guess, when it comes to private interactions, at least sexual ones, is a little bit of role reversal. Now, I'm not the one that's going to want to do dressing up in no dress or something like that. But for me, I have a hard like boxing fetish. So I like it when the girl dresses up in boxing gear and we don't beat each other up. She just play fights, and then, you know, I have her like smother me or that type of thing. And I'm okay with that because it's exotic, it's not realistic, but in the scenario of, you know, closed doors, letting my imagination go, it's fucking, I mean, to me, it's amazing. I've had one who was dressed up in that attire, and she literally, I was like, oh, you can't pick me. And as soon as I said that, she lifted me off the ground. I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. So
yeah, you be having these fantasies, bro.
Oh,
hey, I mean, hey, that's part of it.
I just think about regular,
but
dealing with them like a regular woman, to be honest, you know.
But to go back what BC said earlier about most men still are attracted to the regular women. You know, we like to feel about, we like the woman who stays home and cooks still. I'm, like I said, I'm from the South.
Right.
My mother, she worked, and she still when she had time, she took care of us. And some of those women do still do that. Even the female bodybuilders, they like to stay home and cook for their husbands and their boyfriends. You know, it's
There's nothing wrong with that.
Bodies
and I'm not saying I'm against that.
Yeah, I know, but their bodies may not be the same as like those other women, but they still like to be traditional women. They like the traditional part of being a woman, just, you know, letting the man be the man and her just being as the wife or the girlfriend, you know, just doing the things that they do. Being, you know, some, like I said, some many ladies are mothers. They have kids. They take care of a home. You know, some of the ladies, like one lady I interviewed, Sharon. She's a stay-at-home mom. A female bodybuilder just turned 4. And
wow.
and she's still like a traditional mom. She's a grandma. She's a beautiful lady.
Oh.
Grandma. She has 3 kids. Her oldest son about to get married sometime soon, and her kid is still living in the house. Her daughter, they have a cute little grandbaby. Remember I interviewed her. She has a cute little grandbaby. She's still a traditional woman, but she loves the sport.
Love the grandmothers.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I was getting at though, is when it comes to like a little fetish, people, it's okay for those role reversals. Definitely in a everyday relationship, I definitely can't have no woman domineering me, like telling me what. And another thing too, these female bodybuilders respect men, strong, confident men. Unless they're abusive, they're not going to go around trying to control and demean you all the time. You know, if you catch signs like that, then it's time to leave. But for the most part, yes, they're going to still behave like normal women. It's just sometimes with certain, you know, for fun, they do like to lean into the whole I'm a woman and I'm stronger than a man type of thing, even though they're realistically, here's another thing too. Most female bodybuilders are not stronger than men. They're stronger at lifting certain weight, but there's a level of natural strength that we have that they do not have. Now, some of them do. Some of them, especially if they played, like, if they did something like wrestling, rugby, they did some other kind of sport as well as powerlifting. If they combine that with their bodybuilding, some of those women are actually stronger than a lot of men. Not like 90%, but stronger than like 85%. So they're out there, and when they get the chance to, if you're fun and cool with each other, they will lean into that. But it's not like every time we're walking around, they're gonna like pull you or like try to show everyone that she's stronger.
Are you natty or not?
I'm currently natty.
Just because you're putting up numbers,
Hold on.
I assume you're probably just rowing this.
Oh,
But you're
Jesus.
currently natty.
I am.
So you haven't always been natty.
No.
Do you want to elaborate?
I
on the
got
cycle,
comments on that.
or
Hold
just
on.
keep it anonymous for people to try and guess?
You guys can guess, but it's very little. It's probably way less than you would think. Rania M. Dali on Instagram.
Yo, they don't. Some of these he was. They don't like him too much when they approach him like that. He was at the Olympia this year. He approached a lady that interviewed Natalie Ray Wolf, and he asked her that same question. She said, "Nah, she's not gonna. She didn't play for the Okido." He did it to Teresa Vasic last year, and Teresa, I don't know why she fell into it. Also, this lady, it was Michelle Messiah, who's a fitness competitor. He asked the same thing. She said, "No, we don't need to talk to me." He ran away. He did talk to Jessica Reyes Padilla. You should find that video. And I think he talked to Lavinia Barros and her friend Amanda Machado. And, and if you check in the I left the link in there, and I know BCC is a fan of women in boxing. There's some videos of Lavinia. She's sparring. If you know who Lavinia Barros is, she's a Brazilian bodybuilder. She's sparring. She posted on her IG that she was doing some sparring practices with Anderson Spider Silver, who's a legendary MMA fighter.
Yeah, I didn't know who that female bodybuilder is. Yeah, you have to tell me the name again or whatever.
Oh, right. The one that was talking.
Yeah.
No. I know that one. That's Rania Dali. Rania, I actually I'm about to tell you real quick. I actually created. I turned her into a sticker. That's an actual piece that I did with one of the gyms that she came up to in San Diego. It's called Fit Mission Athletic Club, and I airbrushed this piece, and then she hired me to turn it into a sticker. She's beautiful. Like she's amazing. But
yeah, I accidentally kind of played that tape. I mean that video because I trying to like pull up another guest, but it turned out Rolando. Okay. But yeah, I mean to piggyback on that, I mean like they kind of entertain him, by conversating with him, because he do a lot of videos interviewing these women, whether they feel comfortable or not. It's almost like Kevin Samuel type of thing. Like the women call in, and they don't like what they get, and then they start getting viral. I mean, it's the same choice. It's the same thing with this dude. I mean, you really can't get mad at him asking that question because all he got to do is like ignore them. That's all.
Here's the thing is, some people do ignore him, but the thing is, that's very personal. Some of these ladies, when we do interviews, they will ask me, George, I don't want to talk about my gear. I won't say what you're taking, but I will talk about because steroids is prevalent in your sport. I won't ask you what you're taking because that's none of my business. I know I have guys in comments that what kind of gear? I'm not gonna ask that. That's her business. I'm not gonna ask that. That's not saying it's Carol Samuels. When these women come in on Carol Samuels stuff and say, hey, yes, it is. He's asking this question. That's something personal. Some of them, like Natalie Wade did, she did not, play the okie doke. She didn't answer. Some did. They have a problem answering, but some ladies take that very personally. Not to put Kenny KO in the same way as Cameron Samuels. That I know that's what you're thinking, but no. Like I said,
I'm just saying. I mean, it's still they still. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's either they just walk away or just like answer the question or just kind of
sometimes,
like, or don't answer the question. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he's making content. He's making content with them.
Right.
Sometimes it can be, that's very personal. They sometimes they can be. They're still women, and women will be polite. But then, like they say, one of my favorite movies is Roadhouse. And remember what Dalton said? We said it's a time to be nice, and it's time not to be nice.
Right. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me read this chat.
Hey.
Let me read the chat, and then you can speak, Rolando. Emmanuel L., the woman that I'm friends with, who is a bodybuilder, who shall remain nameless, told me if you want to date a female bodybuilder, you should treat them like a normal and regular woman. And Sean Prey
I
says,
do.
Raina is gorgeous. What you wanted to say, Rolando?
No, I just wanted to say that they put up barriers to me like regular women to me, and that's why I sometimes I don't because even the one I'm trying to talk to from Brazil, I'm trying to really get at her, but she likes my comment, but she won't say anything back, and then I'll speak in the Brazilian translation. But it's not really picking up. Maybe because I'm not there, yet. In Brazil, maybe. I mean, I'm coming there soon, because I'm going to go to Rio de Janeiro Carnival this upcoming late February, March, with like a buddy of mine. So I'm more into the ones like out there, but it's like the ones here seem to me like they just want to. I don't know. They're looking for like some like sugar daddy, because I remember there was one profile of a female bodybuilder. I'm not talking bad about it. I mean, like they want, what they want, but it sounds like they got some.
Say what you got.
No. They sound like they got like these certain like expectations to get with them. That's why I don't try to put a lot of eggs in the basket to hook up with them, because I think it's a little bit impossible. I mean, but BC Royce over here, I guess he's got it made with that, but. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know.
It was, for me, it was a little bit of luck. So one of the things I actually, I reached out to Nikki to I was looking for a trainer. And for me, I'm more accountable to my trainer whenever it's a woman, just because it's almost like a mommy feeling, like you don't want to disappoint your mom. And so I'm definitely better with staying more consistent. I work out all the time anyway, but I was trying to get more ripped as well as fix some issues I had with my back. And so I reached out to Nikki when I was in Fresno, and then she took me on as a client, but then she started hooking me up, and then I started to realize like, oh, like, let me do like a drawing of her. And then she took it, and then eventually I segued it into like, you want to go out, hang out sometime. And then it turned into that. But I got, like I said, that was luck in a way. But I also have hired a female bodybuilder to train me before. Y'all mentioned Sheena Oleg. Like, that's another way too to get. All right, I'm not like giving away secrets or anything, but one of the ways to like start getting close to them, but also in a professional way. I'm not telling you to hire a female bodybuilder with the intention of hooking up with them. You hire one with the intention, if you're serious about getting your physique right, because they're going to notice that. So the ones that I've hired before, if I didn't follow their instructions and meal plan and all that, they would have dropped me in a heart piece, because then they would have been, okay, this dude's probably just interested in us because we're muscle women. If you start to actually interact and train with them or under them, following their guidance, you start to learn more about them as people, and you become more comfortable being in the presence of a female bodybuilder without it becoming something sexual. That later on translates to other times you're around muscle women and not getting, into that creeper feeling that sets a lot of them off. I mean, that's the main thing. Women are very, very sensitive. They are very aware, no matter how much we try to pretend like we're confident on the outside, or even if we have like a lot of muscles or something like that, they can sense if we're deep down nervous or have like creeper type of intentions. So when I started to train with these women and be around them and not have that type of intention, it just became easier for me to now start to be around muscle women and not give off that type of vibe or feeling. And they respond, I guess, a little bit to that, I don't know, relaxedness. I think that's what it is, just being more relaxed. I get nervous around several of them too, but I don't think it overwhelms me as much as it used to. So.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I like totally like hear what you're saying. It's just I think having access to them, because I'm not around them a lot, so you know. but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that is one way.
I'm sorry, San Diego, like you're talking about Brazil, and Brazil is a haven for female bodybuilders.
Oh yeah.
Also,
so if you're there, you should go and hire one. You should go there and hire one to train you or something like that. But I'm in San Diego right now, and in San Diego / Southern California, there's I won't say a ton of them, but there's a decent amount.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I know people live in that area. Also, like he's talking about Sheila Oleg. I interviewed Sheena a few years back. She was one of my earliest interviews. I met her in person. Beautiful. She is one thing I remember when I sent her my care package. It was one thing she loved is those Reese's peanut butter cup cereal. I see it in her care package. She's a big donut freak. She's I know her profession. I think somebody said she could be bi. Some say she might be. She likes women. I remember somebody telling me that she has a big crush on Sergio Olivier Jr. That's the son of the legendary Sergio Olivier. Like I said, to meet her in person, she's a beautiful lady, beautiful. This year wasn't the best year for her compared to when she won her first Olympic qualification back in 2021. She took that time off. She's very politically into politics. Like ever since the semester happened last week, she's been really pro anti Trump. And I respect that. Some of these ladies are very intelligent. They're into politics, and you really share something in common with them. They really, especially in the bodybuilding world, it's very conservative. At the same time, it's funny. The same ones are so conservative be the ones to be doing the OnlyFans stuff like that. But it's about making money. That's the funny part about that. And we get to know these ladies. They feel comfortable when they feel comfortable. Women, like any woman. Like I said, I worked with women for a long time. I grew up with.
Wait, hold up, George. Hold on. I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna play this video and then get your thoughts, and then because it's something kind of related to what you're saying. All right. So hold on.
So on Saturday, I got run through by 101 guys. Now I've had a lot of backlash so far about it, and I've seen some of the videos and I see your side. Like, I am not trying to encourage other girls to be doing that, like if they don't want to and feel like they have to do that. But my side is like, I'm just a girl trying to enjoy myself, trying to have fun, trying to make some content for you all, trying to get my bag. Like, this is fun to me. This is what I enjoy. No one is forcing me to do this. And I feel like we're going back in time to where women are getting shamed for being a sluzzer, when I thought that's what we were trying to get away from. So
I don't know.
I've seen that already. I follow a guy, Chisel Adonis. He posted that on his channel, and it's nuts. What you're doing is, it is too much extreme. And even though she's a young track lady, too skinny for my taste. I mean,
Me and George agree on that.
Yeah, like I said,
No, I played that. I played. Hold on. I played that because people was talking about it, and it seemed kind of interesting. Because I seen this chick before. I seen her like in these what podcasts like Fresh and Fit and whatever podcast, and she was like too. Just like listening to her, I seen her IG page, and I'm like, looking at her, she's kind of like out there. But it's her life. I don't really. But it's mind blowing. That's all I could say. It's
Yeah,
because she's young. She's a young chick, and
Oh,
it's like she's like in her 20s. She's not even 30 yet. And I
oh,
can imagine years from now down the line, I don't know what to say to that. So
yeah. I mean, I'm saying that's what you want to do, but even, if there was a verse, it was a man, no one's gonna blink an eye because guys are given the double standard. Men, like, this is like, okay, there was this movie I remember watching. It was years ago. It was Julius Sands. He's the late actor who passed away.
oh
He
yeah.
played a psychologist in this movie, and he said, like, society's like this. When you see a teenage boy gets involved with a older woman, be a teacher, it's like a comedy because people let it go. But then it's with a young girl and a male teacher. People see it as a tragedy because they feel like that man took advantage of the girl. Sometimes girls are a little bit more mature mentally compared to boys. Some of them know what they get into. Men, we function by our the little hair between our two legs and the one between our two shoulders. And it's just so easy to, if a woman says, I know why I like my sexuality, all that, then people say, yeah, it shouldn't be that like that. A guy can have 4 or 5 girlfriends and then he gets married. If a girl set with just one guy before he gets married, she's tainted. But like I said, she had experienced sex too. She's learned, but you have to have a limit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, what KLA said. Oh.
No, I thought I was going to ask Brandon he had any thoughts, but go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm saying, just to reference what you said, KLA, 20 years like down the line, man, she gets up there in age and somebody finds out something, yeah, I mean, or somebody she might, be interested in finds that out. How's he going to feel about that, But that's all I had to say for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it that either. I just think some of that she's probably posturing a little bit just for for social media's sake. A lot of people are putting a lot of bodies out nowadays. She probably has a lot of bodies just because she's attractive, but at the end of the day, like, some guys, I guess, think that's attractive, but most people they're in the back of our minds, we're like quality over quantity. Like, I would much rather have 5 muscle women that I'm super attracted to that I had sex with over the course of my life versus 100 girls that I wasn't even that interested in. It's like the 100 is just me to go and brag about to other guys. So then I'm not even having sex with them for my own pleasure. I'm doing it just so I can go and show off to other people. So
yeah, that's what it is, mostly showing off, And like I said, she's young. That's when you're young. You're gonna make your mistakes. You're gonna make your bad choices. You have to live with them. But sometimes some choices, those bad choices, usually can mold a person to a better person. But she's doing this mostly for attention and clout. Actually, what I found out was when I was listening to Chisel, she had at least 500 guys that applied for that.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, out of the maybe accepted maybe 200 of them, some guys dropped out, had some guys reserves, and even one thing what she didn't do was, and you know one thing about the porn industry, now you have to be tested. Anytime you do a scene, you have to be tested. Because they really started doing that because back in the late 80s, 90s, when the AIDS and HIV was revving up, they were doing a lot of testing. She did not get any of those guys who did have sex with her tested. So you got to think about it. You are maybe Mr. 98 coming behind a guy who might have got something. And even if you have a condom, condom's not 100%. And they do bust. And I mean, it's one thing. Like I said, I've been with women. I've paid for sex. I've been with women who willingly have sex with me. But you have to have safe regard for yourself, and your respect. Like even some of these ladies who are bodybuilders wouldn't want to be with a guy that's been with that many women. I mean, that many men, or women like that. They like to have somebody who's like that's for them. I mean, and some of these ladies who do like sessions, and some of the sessions don't get sexual. It's mostly just, visual stuff like flexing, or it might be wrestling or arm wrestling or something like that. But there are also women who do like the guy who dropped over who was it? What's the face? He dropped those names. Mills women have done the hardcore porn stuff. A lady who I would say she was a dear friend of mine, great lady. We used to talk, beautiful person. Rhonda Lee Charisma.
Oh yeah,
great lady. We used to
R.I.P. to her.
Yeah, she was even when she was dying. She sometimes will text me. We talk. I mean, she was going through a lot, and it broke my heart the day when she died. And we became friends. I sent her a package to see how she's doing. She calls me and we talk. She was, I remember, yes, I watched the videos. I remember when she was competing, and I've done things, I'm not ashamed. I had my left had a little talk with my little man. So, it's just really, when you get to know some of these women and you have conversations, and many times I've said later, George, I can't wait to meet you one of these days. I said I'd be happy to meet you, but I'm gonna tell you this: if I hug you and something's funny happening to me, it's not my fault. It's just that you're such a sexy buff chick. Can't help it.
You're sick, George. You're sick.
Huh?
I mean, I've dealt with women like that girl in sort of ways. I remember when I was 20 years old, I was living in this boy's home, and they used to tease me and stuff because I didn't really get some. I was a virgin at the time, and so there was this African dude that was like a staff, and so he invited me to my first whole house or late, the well I'm gonna call it a whole house, but a whole house, and it's like like women from South America there and stuff. I encountered that, and then it really like that was like I would say like you know like I can't really say that I enjoyed it really because it was like I didn't finish or anything like that. It's because I had I was still kind of not experienced, but just looking back at it, I don't know. I guess it was inevitable and stuff. It was crazy because like before, like it's not like I never had like physical contact with a woman even before that. I would, but it just like I never really like engaged like in an intercourse. When I was that age, and so just like people like teasing you and all that stuff. And so like I remember like when I got older one time, my friend hooked me up with a woman like that, and he was, and so we was I was fucking her in the bathroom and stuff. And the crazy thing is like my thing it kind of like slip out. Like every time I would push it in, it would just slip out. And so like and then like I would see her a couple of times and I was kind of like I was a bit kind of cold to her and stuff for some reason. I didn't say anything to her. And and then like at a certain point, it was I was in a gambling spot. That's how I met her. And so like to a certain point, I stopped seeing her and I heard that somebody had told me, this kid that lived in my building that told me that she got sick. And so I did get tested. Nothing happened to me, but it was when I look at chicks like that, it's like, you don't know what could happen. So, that's my sharing.
Yes, you never know, but brother, you were blessed. Maybe it was something else. It could have been just, simple as maybe she had cancer or maybe she caught the flu. Maybe not was anything serious. If she,
Yeah, yeah, it could be that. It could be that.
Yeah.
You know.
Sad though. Yeah.
Like all these ladies, there's some good ladies out there. Some ladies I had still stay in contact with. Some not much of a relationship, not much of a connection. I might every so often I might send a little thing, on IG, say here they might get a laugh, or they'll send me something to make a laugh. And like I said, again, there's some ladies who would send me, like my friends, she'll send me her progress pictures. And I said to her, you send me this, and just so she share your coach. She said, no, George, I trust your judgment, and you've been a good friend to me. I said, okay,
wow.
You look good. You look pretty good. And I asked, hey, you mind if I share it? So yeah, go ahead and share it, because and other times, what, I keep this to myself. It's between you and me. I don't, but when you, like I said again, as I said before, I worked with women for a long time. I worked 13 years in textile with women, 5 years in strip club, 3 older sisters, and my mother. Women, if they feel comfortable with a man, they'll let you know. And sometimes women are also visual creatures just as much as men are. If they're attracted to you, and they feel like they'll plot the signals. Sometimes guys, we don't catch this quick. Because usually we're not as when women are served to us, we kind of standoffish. But if you can catch the signals, that she be looking like, she might see you at the gym and say, hey, how you doing? Say hi, or she might bump into you somewhere, or she might say, hey, she might ask somebody that knows you, say, is he come here this week, or where he's gonna be, or sometimes women, if they are interested in a man, they have their ways. Like I said, my mother, my sisters, I know that, and sometimes guys, don't be too afraid. If this woman is reach out to you, if it gets to the point where it's like fatal attraction shit, yes, run.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay, right.
So I'm gonna play this another video.
Like, Jessica, why do you keep competing so much? Like, you don't have to. And the thing is that they don't realize it, that you get so much more than a placement, a winning, or a money. It's about the opportunity that you got to meet people like you guys, like to inspire other people, to make changes in their life. And it is not just like physically, not in the way that you look or they look. It's like from the inside out. And you don't understand how much you can like give to someone by just talking to them and let them know to keep going, to never give up, to share some of the struggles and the situations that you got in your past, and you still beat those moments, and you still make it happen. And those things, like, you cannot put price on it. No. And that's my reward. I don't do this because of the money or because I need it, but it's the opportunity to share the stage with such much amazing women out there. And whoever is not doing it, they're missing the most wonderful part of bodybuilding.
Yeah. Here's where I go this. Some people find inspiration. Someone tell me, say, she's a bullshit. Because what she's doing is get in front of the judges. She's cutting out competition in the shows. Now, I'm saying it sounds very inspirational when you look at it. And, I don't get too much on the figure girls because, my focus is mostly on women's bodybuilding and physique. But she's one of those, she's on the same house as Natalia. They both have the same coach. That's Andrew Wu. And what I remember I said it to my friend, and she said, yeah, she had we discussed it. I said, I said like this, when you're looking at this, especially as a bodybuilder or just somebody who follows her, you say like it's very inspirational. But if you're a schmo, you're looking at this hot, buff, MILF Puerto Rican female bodybuilder standing there half naked with huge set of jugs, glistening with baby oil and tan. Try to not have an erection when you're talking to her. That's why
I'm guilty of that.
Jessica Reyes has a beautiful body. I used to be in contact with her. I hope to try to get even with her, but after a while, she sometimes there's something about her too. You gotta be, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't have no comment on that, but that was what like the video you sent me. I know you had like some thoughts on that, so I'll just let you take over on that one. But you got Emmanuel L. For hold up, from an online perspective, if you don't want to come across as a creep to a female bodybuilder, show genuine interest in the lifestyle by asking them questions about it. No D pics and no MW session questions.
Yeah, that's
that's.
I mean, like every time when I talk to him, I just talk to him regular.
Yeah. I know, like one thing when, especially when I do my live streams and I'm doing interviews, guys ask me, hey, ask me to flex. I don't want to ask them that because sometimes they flex enough when they practice. They flex to practice. They pose like that. Sometimes they don't feel like doing flexing. I don't ask because I don't. There's no point me asking. Just say, hey, I'm not gonna ask no one about that. We're just having an interview, have a discussion.
Well, I mean, to be real, like I usually see, not to say that you have to do it, I could respect that, but I notice I see Didi on the spot, he doing it. I know why he does it, for like to get more like
content
viewers or content and all that stuff, and they be asking after the interview and all that stuff. So I don't even know what to call it. I mean, it depends on the person if they want to do it or not. So
right.
You just want to have a nice conversation with somebody. And you want to see flexing? I'll pull up. That's why I say I pull up the IG and their social media stuff on during the interview. You can go look at the flexing stuff. But then you really want to listen to their story, find out who they are. Get to know them. We'll talk about things really from just how to get started. I don't have a set list of questions. I have just a basic start, like how you get in the bodybuilding and all that stuff like that. And then also one thing, like guys like Didi and also David, I have an open live. I don't do pre-recordings because I want to get y'all's reaction. I want to get y'all, because this is for y'all, the fans. And you want to have interaction with these ladies. I remember when I did my interview with Rhonda Lee, I was looking through because it's in my if you go into my YouTube, it's the first video you will see, and she's seen the comments because she liked the fact that the interaction between us and these women, because sometimes they want to know what you got to think about them. If you're a fan, you like women's bodybuilding, your opinion of it. We talk about stuff like how the sport evolved, how things have changed, who got you into it, what's your thoughts, your life, just have a conversation. Yes, we talk about those stuff like how much you work out, how much you live. One thing I know I would not ask is your age. That's a woman, that's me. I'm a gentleman. You don't ask women, that's too personal.
You still do ask sometimes. You sound slick, but you be asking sometimes. Yeah, but you still do ask. You still do ask. You just turned off the switch and all that shit.
Nah.
But go ahead. Finish what you're saying. Saying what you said.
But these, like I said, women just like to have this. Some women just like to have a conversation. And if it's just something just about talk about the workout stuff, but also the lady I talked to this afternoon, Nicoletta Burton. Before I do an interview, I try to find some stuff about her. She does hospice care for dying babies, dying children. And that really touches me because growing up a family, big family, growing and watching my nieces and nephews grow. And this is really why I reach out to people like that. She's not just a bodybuilder. She's there dealing with families as they are dealing with a child that's passing away and all other stuff that goes away. She does a charity. So I hadn't got you because I was so busy working on some other stuff. I got to cut some. I'm gonna cut one. I'm gonna put the link into her charity into my next video. And anything I can do to help, especially when you are a family, I would like to help. I have ladies reach out to say, "Joy, can you do this?" Well, I can only do so much. I wish I can do more. I would love to do more if I could, because I know it's a struggle.
It is.
I'm sorry to cut in, but I'm actually about to get ready to go. I gotta go hit the gym tonight, so I'm
all right.
Right.
Thank you for coming, man.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Rolando. All the Rage Watch page, and thank you for having me on, KLA.
No doubt. No doubt.
Hey, BC Royce, man. Hey, you gonna, show me, man, if she got some friends or something? Nah.
Hey, BC, if you don't mind,
He not joking.
I might send a link to Nikki, see if she
No,
wants to
I'll be real.
You said what?
I'm not tripping.
Yeah, BC, if you don't mind, I might send a link to Nikki if she want to do an interview. I'd love to get her thoughts also, because I interview amateurs too, if she's cool with it.
Okay, I'll ask her, and then I guess you can get my contact info from KLA, and then if she says yes, because she's gonna watch this after whenever you post it, she told me to let her know. So we'll go from there.
Yeah, just then, Kale, he has most of my info, and and he just links and stuff, and because he used that video I saw for my interview with Christina Wilson, she should see that. That was me.
Dope.
Wow.
Well, y'all have a good night, fellas.
Man. Thank you again, man. Yeah. Appreciate
it.
Later, guys. Bye.
Right.
We got another guy. We got another person on the chat, Lawrence Perkins. What's up, Lawrence Perkins?
That's a good man there. Anytime I do interview and he's in there, the ladies say, "Oh, it's Lawrence," because he's a good person. They love him.
Oh, okay.
They love when, especially if you're a guy who's very respectful. And some women will, like, if they get a thing for somebody, particularly somebody, they might ask to say, "George, it would be okay if I, say, yeah, he's a pretty good dude. Reach out to him. You might want to, because sometimes they might have some hesitation, because, like I said, they have to deal with some weird shit out there. Like, I'm gonna do my interview and say, "Hey guys, no D pics," because I've had many conversations.
Well, I'm like too old for that. But right,
guys do it anyway,
right?
Because sometimes for shock value or just thing, because that's the only thing they get. They think that's value. Women don't value that. That is not as important as you think it is. What we get between two ladies looks like a Vienna sausage or a turkey neck, depending on who you are. Women, they value the content of the man, who you are, what you're about. If you're really serious about about certain things, they don't want a man that's too childish, to act ill-mannered. They don't want somebody that will use it for something and then put them to the side. While I was doing the interview, I was getting some messages from some people, and that's why you heard some things, because somebody was seeing something every so often, and I thought I had a minute to check it out.
George, you might want to hold the thought. This is on video. Maybe you could elaborate more, but watch. Check it out.
Police say this couple had no idea they were being secretly recorded in their Airbnb rental. A camera hidden inside a smoke detector, looking down on their bed and now looking at their confused faces. The Florida couple renting the home from this man, 56-year-old Wayne Nett, advertises the nice large townhouse in Longboat Key.
After 27 years in prison, I met some strange people. That's why when I go to hotels, Airbnbs or anywhere, I take one of these and I just scan. I scan my hotel rooms. I scan the Airbnbs. I scan my car. Sometimes we think it's the strangers that's out there spying, but sometimes it's them very ones that's close to you. I scan any area that I'm in, because this little thing right here, it's going to pick up any type of camera, any type of listening device, somebody spying on you. Oh, it's going to pick it up. If you want one of these, get it right here.
Yeah, I mean, there was some stories a while back. Some ladies were like, their landlords peeking out. I think there was a movie, you remember, called Slither, where it's kind of based on that. It was where
right, Sharon Stone and William Baldwin. Yeah, Billy. I'm sorry. Yeah. You get the other brother.
They call him William. He's William, but most of them, he's the middle brother. There's Alec, there's Daniel, there's Billy, and there's Steven.
Steven, right?
Yeah, he's the youngest.
What, the Slither? I ain't never heard of that one before.
Oh yeah, that came out.
That was a weird movie. Like,
that came out a couple years right after what's
Basic Instinct?
Instinct. Yeah, it came out a few years after.
Yeah, several years after that.
Yeah, Yeah.
I heard something in the news related to that a little bit. This guy, he took pictures of this woman in the shower. And so they asked him, then he got caught, then they asked him like he did do time. And so they asked him why he did it. He said to pay some money because he was like putting it on the sites and all that stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
But she was like one of the hosts from Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what stuck out for me with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's some people, man, they take it to that level, man.
Especially if you're an owner of an Airbnb. That's
yeah.
Wow.
I know quite a few bodybuilders. They stay because it's cheaper to stay at Airbnb than a motel because that's save the cost, get your own kitchen, anything like that. And some of them might even, if they're doing like the Olympia it's going to be like a month since the Olympia, and some ladies like I follow, like Ruby Muscle, both of you, Lisa Smith, both of us interviewed her. She was there because she competed at the amateur show. She didn't get a pro card because not enough bodies for the women's bodybuilding. And Lisa Cross was there. And those women were probably working that. She competed, but she was working too because she does some stuff for what's the one? Steve Chabelli's company. What's the face? So you got to think about it. You don't want somebody seeing you doing stuff that you doing it for yourself or for your business, and they're recording it and they're somewhere in a back room somewhere punching the munchkin, and then they're sharing it, like some ladies will tell me, like, especially if they do Muscle Girls Live or her biceps, guys will record the sessions. I've seen them on other sites, like someone like this person right here. But I have Angela Yo. Angela Yo, in her career, she has OnlyFans. She also does on the Beat Week websites. I've seen videos and stuff she posted. Chelsea Dion, somebody recorded some stuff on her OnlyFans. And that's usually when you do a session, you can record like because it's like they record the
live
session.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of them do.
Yeah, because what happened was Pornhub used to have them, but then a lot of people were suing them and they took them down. But one they say she found out on one site where the problem is some of these other sites, these ones that are not, on business oriented, like Pornhub or X Videos or X Camera.
Right.
These other side ones, they have so many different servers. You can get it. You don't know where you get it from. So it'd be hard to try to get subsidies with some of those. Some of those will be out of country, like Brazil or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's out there is out there. It's nothing like you can do about it.
Yeah. So give me a second. So he says Lauren Perkins, LOL, haha, that's true. He was saying the good person stuff, a genuine person who loves and cares about for a woman for who they are regardless. And wow,
that's true. Yeah.
So
yeah. Nothing wrong. Yeah. Just I just don't. I mean, I don't get always why they got to be how they get so closed off. I mean, at least the women I've encountered, but I've gained the respect of a young lady at my job who talks to me and she needs advice, and I guess she feels comfortable enough to talk to me because I've shown that trust. So to get like the knowledge from of how do we do the job, how to go about it, and I was like, oh, me for real? Like you asking me questions, So that's how I feel about it sometimes because when you have experience with so many women that have not giving you the time of day, you think, well, forget it. I don't care anymore. Though I still would like it, but you just. I think that we as men, I think that we kind of deal with that. I don't think that women know the rejection that we go through with them. If they can really fathom that. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
I learned that they get rejected too.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I do listen to like people like Mr. Lucario and stuff, and Miles Cunningham and stuff, and some of the stuff that they say, it's like you offering their time. You know, it's like you giving them the time, you giving them their time. You know, instead of you making a day. The simple way of saying it. You know, you just have to be confident, and that confidence, you have to kind of like almost like reinvent yourself. You know, like have like that attraction with them and stuff. And it's not very easy for a lot of guys, you know, to approach them, you know, like to approach a woman and have that confidence and stuff. Because women, they pick up things real quick. So, you know,
Yeah.
like anything
You
you
know,
say, it'll turn them off. So you just have to be careful. So go ahead. What you
yeah.
were saying?
But no, but the question for you and George, I mean, okay, if I'm online trying to talk to them on like Instagram or something, do you think I should send a care package or just
No, you
tell them
don't send anything.
Hmm.
Just talk to them, and if it gets to the point where if they don't ask for anything, like sometimes I might say, hey, I want to see you my care package. And some women will send me their address and they appreciate it. Some don't. They just appreciate the fact that I reached out. You know, you don't have to. It's not like you're on a date or anything. You know, like if they ask for money, then that's the thing. To, hey, I don't know you like that. You know.
Oh, because you know what I was going to tell you in KLA, I had one female bodybuilder that actually did that to me, and she was from, I think, from Paraguay, I think.
Paraguay.
Yeah. She, I think you know her name. I think you know. Her name is not coming to me right now.
Well, anyway, say what you were saying. What happened?
Well, nah, because she was like, she was getting at me on YouTube, and I said, oh, she said, oh, well, here's my WhatsApp. So I got on the WhatsApp, started chatting with her, and I said, I'll say, well, want to get to know you, become friends. That's what I told her. I said, friends, what type of workouts do you do to get the way you are so shredded, and I was just asking her stuff in general. And then she all of a sudden said, well, I am looking for somebody who can help me like buy my meal prep and this. And I was like, whoa, off the bat. And I'm like, it was weird. It was like, I said,
they were looking for the okie doke. No.
Oh, okay.
Send me a thing about trying to help them. How can I help you? I mean, why don't you? You can reach out to somebody. You know some people that probably help you.
There's a lot of characters. Yeah,
you gotta be like quote my master Ra's al Ghul: "Beware of surrounds at all time, young Master Wayne. Never give your footing for a killing blow."
Yeah, no. She was asking me, I need somebody to buy my outfits for my shows and this, and I was like, I just met you.
Do like life we do now. Jump on the Beat Meat website. Hey, do sessions. Or have a job. Save. Put your money together. Hey, it's not my job. I mean, there's some women I would love to help that deserve the help.
Oh yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
But the rest, I don't be having money like that. I mean, that's the thing with those women in some of those other countries. You gotta remember the American dollar's a lot higher.
Oh, right.
One thing I don't do is like pay like for interviews. That's why I offered the package as a thank you. I just sent one week before last to my friend Tony. She just did the flash show week before last, and she got it. She said, "Thank you, George." She's seen our stuff. Said, "Well, how much?" Well, some of this, I got some stuff for your husband too, because he it's because he's a nice dude, and the rest of yours, because and some of this is some practical stuff they can use, like wristbands, stuff like ice and cold packs, some drink stuff for the hydration, because especially I remember when I went to Savannah. And I got those little. It's like it's a Pedialyte thing, the Pedialyte stuff. Sports Pedialyte. and I gave a couple of pop boxes to some ladies I know, and one guy who I know, her husband was there too. He's a cool dude, Steven. And I gave him one too. Because after, especially you dehydrated, you're tired, you might want something to help you get your electrolytes get in. And those stuff is good. One lady told me, George, thank you for sending that, because I needed that because she just did a show that week after. He said, George, when I sent it to her, he said, George, I really needed that. I remember
wow,
Andrew Sauer, when we had it back on, I had it back on my side live again. He talked about, George, I appreciate it, because she was so happy because she used a lot of that stuff. It was for her birthday. I try to say something every time birthday, because she's a really cool lady. We're still good friends. She went through some stuff. I was gonna hope to see something, but then I can't get around like much because my car's in the shop, and I try to just get off as often as I can if I catch a ride here and there. And I do those little things because there've been times where I know someone say, hey, they've been like sick or hurt, and I have my list. I say, you know what? Let me send this something a little early, because I know they could probably use, because you never know.
Yeah.
It could be the day where you just need a little pick me up. And when I make videos, some women say, hey, George, thanks for making that, because you know what? I needed that. Because I might tag them something and say, it's a two sport. It's a lot of stress. This bodybuilding is sometimes a mind fuck.
Yeah, I've heard.
The dieting, the extreme dieting, the pretty much about isolation. Unless if you have close family friends that support you, that's good. But some of these ladies don't have that.
Yeah.
It's good that they have somebody like someone like Lawrence or me or you who reach out to and say like, hey, how you doing? My friend Amanda, she was in the hospital a while back, and she's doing fine now. She's out.
Oh yeah, Amanda.
Snooks.
Oh, what's? Huh?
Her name's Amanda Snooks.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm thinking about somebody else. Okay.
Yeah. I might show something in the mail, because I just saw it. Maybe $20, $30 at the most. I got an address, and she, something she might want to buy a little stuff for herself, or I might figure her carry back and send something in there. I remember this is true when I was talking with Rhonda, she hooked me up with the late Melissa Coates. And that was the year when Melissa lost her leg.
Oh yeah.
And I fixed her a care package, and because I'm on disability and I can get discount stuff, and pretty much stuff discount here, with my disability and stuff like that, or Medicaid, Medicare. I sent her a care package. Where you get this stuff? He said, well, because I get discounts, I can get it, and she appreciated that, because you know what? You never know when you can able to help somebody. If they didn't ask for the help, you just do it because you want to do it. That's a good thing. You really want to help somebody who really needs it. I was hoping to have on for an interview.
No, I was going to read these chats real quick. Are you finished? No. Or do you got more to talk? All right. Just Emmanuel L. Just send them a greeting message. Some will message you and respond kindly. Lawrence Perkins, I sent prayers to Amanda Snooks, and I can't read this too well, but this person says girls do want to grow your muscles to hyper giant size, whatever. So
it's just
I'll play this video real quick.
So you want a chick like that in your life. But what does life looks like with a chick like that? Because a chick like that is me, and I am not compatible with a lot of people because of my lifestyle to keep and have that body. As I am a bodybuilder, I spend most of my time and pretty much all of my free time doing things for the gains. If you like to go out with your significant other, if that's what you mean by you want a girl like that, well, a girl like that does not go out. She only goes to the gym, and she doesn't really eat outside of her meal prep,
because a girl like that is a bodybuilder, and a bodybuilder has a meal plan and maybe a cheat meal once a week in off season, not in prep. You have a family dinner? I don't give a fuck. I'm bringing my meal prep. You wanna go on a trip? Alright, but we have to find a place where there's a gym accessible and I'm still going to the gym and I'm still making my own food. So if that seems a bit much to you, I suggest you don't look into girl like that, which like that is a bodybuilder, and you look more into girls who go to the gym. That's a bit more free. Less
Yeah, she's basically telling you date a girl who just likes to go to the gym maybe 2 or 3 times out of the week instead of like 2 or 3 times out of the day. Yeah, because a lot of ladies tell me, hey, when you're a bodybuilder, you don't. Only time you might get the chance to go out if you after a show or you do competition and you want to go out and kick it because you just find all those months and weeks of prepping and dieting, and then you get the chance to just to blow your steam a little bit, get something to eat. I remember when I interviewed Anastasia Ryder, she said all she wanted to do was drink. Yeah, beers, shots. Some love food, some like everybody has a different taste. And it is you're not gonna, like I said, you don't go out. Like one lady told me how she has kids. Sometimes you want to, kids want to go out and do stuff. You can't because you know what?
No.
You have to stick to your plan, your diet. Ladies told me, hey, they've gone to family functions and weddings. They have to bring their own food, Tupperware, because you can't eat what's there because you're on the prep. Even if you're not competing, you just prepping for the season. You still have to follow guidelines. You might sometimes some will break away from it. You get a cheat meal or you get a refeed, and sometimes you might break away, but not too often because you have to be disciplined as a bodybuilder. There's a lot of discipline to the sport.
I know it's tough for them.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't wish this. I mean, you get some benefits from it. My competition with ladies, they really give me some information. I know I'm not going to be a bodybuilder because I like food, I like certain things, and, but I do learn sort of like how to prep and cook foods and like put like when you don't have to eat dry chicken. You can put a season to it. Like I buy this thing, it's a barbecue rub. I put it on my chicken, or little pepper and garlic and something that gives the food some taste. It don't have to be too less flavorful. But like I said, you have to be consistent on your diet. And sometimes you just can't go out and do everything you want to do. And, there's so much to this lifestyle, especially if you're in a relationship. Because I know there's times where you want to spend time with your boyfriend, your husband, but you can't always do that, and they understand that, your husband, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever, whoever's in your relationship, be your family or friends, and they really appreciate the support they get from those people because there's so much to this. If you guys watch my interviews, and I tell you again, this sport is mentally, physically, financially, emotionally draining. And if anybody who gets involved with somebody who does this sport, you have to be understandable, open-minded, and patient. Patience is the biggest thing. Because sometimes things can just be, they could have a tough day. They could have, pick up some water weight they didn't have to pick. They didn't want to pick up. They got pissed because this guy's not reacting the weights at the gym. It could have been just somebody who say, hey, call her sir instead of saying ma'am. Things. This is life that could stress anybody, but these are decent people. These are decent women, and they love what they do. They love this sport. They wouldn't do it if they didn't love it. No one would do this, put themselves through what they do.
True.
I would say be careful what you wish for. You just might get it for people that do want to get with them. So, because sometimes they just even trying to like reach out to some of them. It can be tiring too, man. Like sometimes, like some of them, they seem like they potentially want to talk with you, and then all of a sudden they forget you and stuff. So I could be like them. I can imagine like if I'm with one of them and stuff, you know. And I know it ain't. I know it ain't easy. I think the guys. I think we. Well, I'm gonna say me. I'm more like looking at the muscles and the women and looking how attractive they look more than the person they are. Because some of them they could be a waste of time to talk with too. So that's just my thoughts. So.
But you know what I wanted to ask between you and George Praise, but KLA, what really mind boggles me sometimes is how you guys get certain ones, and I'm like, oh wait, like they got somebody new already, like on the channel, like, and I'll be missing out because, like I said, I've been so busy. But I'm just like I'm not saying I envy you guys, but I'm like, man, I wish I had the magic they had, man, to get my
magic.
I mean,
magic into this. It's like I said, it's like I keep saying to you.
I don't think he literally magic. I think he just saying like, how do you do it? That right?
It's just
I'm asking you, Rolando.
Oh, yeah, no. Hello. Oh yeah, I'm here,
dude. I'm asking you. You don't literally mean that, do you? Magic when you say that.
Not literally. Like like how you guys, how you guys like get them on and have them on there and they're willing to do it, because I know how sometimes, from my personal experience, how weird they can be, and like last time I was trying to get you, Lisa Cross, and she was like acting like she didn't see my email or whatever. And I'm like, really? Okay. That's odd. Like, why are you? And then I think she sent me something like trying to sell something with her. I'm going to be at one of the bodybuilding events in Ohio, somewhere, wherever it was. And I'm just like, well, that's not what I asked you. I was trying to get you an interview on, with Clyde, and she didn't respond back. And then I was feeling a certain way. So that's why I'm gonna be honest. I stopped talking with you because I didn't want you to think I was trying to put myself out there to get you more interviews too, because I wanted to help. But I found out it wasn't going that route for me. So I was just like, okay, and then I just kind of gave it up. But no, that's just my perspective of how I'm viewing them, how they're coming off. So it makes me feel like, well, they're kind of being like a little bit kind of like they think they all that or whatever, and they only going to go on these certain platforms. That's how I'm feeling about it.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of these ladies, they are more business minded than anything. They are trying to make their money because, again, bodybuilding is not a very lucrative, sport. If you're lucky enough, like if you're like some ladies who hear like Andrea Shaw or Sid Gillen or Tag Cuejo, where you can make money, you have sponsorship. A lot of these ladies have to bust their tails, and you let it get to, if you put your feelings too much in it, that's on you. You have to be aware what you have to be aware what you're dealing when we get involved with these women, especially on any kind of level. They want something out of it as much as you want something out of it. I remember I reached out to one lady. She said she wanted to get paid. I don't pay nobody to do interviews. I actually, come on, I will do this for you. I would, senior care package if but I'm not going to pay you for that. This is a conversation. I'm not Walter Cronkite. I'm not CBS News. I'm not, I don't.
You're not Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
right.
I'm a fan, and I reach out to you because I want to hear your story. I want to share with other people who might who follow you, who want to know what it is, what y'all do, what got you in bodybuilding, why you love this sport, why you compete, why you're in a sport which your people are going to look at you a different way than any other one.
I guess it's a choice, like with the paying stuff, because I've done it and stuff. Sometimes it kind of screwed me over. Sometimes it's a bit of advantage, because like you know, sometimes I would struggle just to find somebody to talk with and stuff. But it depends on the person. Like if you want to do it, you do it. If not, don't do it. I mean, you know, that's it. You
Yeah.
know, because I mean, you ain't. It ain't like I was gain. It ain't like I was gaining a whole lot of stuff, gaining like that. But you know,
Oh.
it depends. You know, there are moments where I'm like, okay, maybe this person want, you know, a little benefit. They you know, they want something out of it. Like they don't feel like I'm taking advantage of them or using them or something. So I probably understand that, but I'm not gonna take it to an extreme because some of them would be like telling me like $300. Like at one point, I remember somebody that I was interested in talking to, and they was like, well, I usually charge $300. I'm like, I'm not giving you $300. I'm sorry.
That's
wow.
Yeah. Straight like that. I was like, I'm not giving you no $300. Like the limit, I'm gonna keep it real. The limit that I have done was maybe 150. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. That's it.
No.
Like I can't go to that level of like.
Oh no.
And I'm not. It's not that deep. Like I'm gonna just ask you questions, like how you got started, and that's it. You know what I mean?
There's no ulterior. There's like no ulterior way that you're trying to get in. I mean, I don't know, but right. No, I totally get it.
I'm straight like this. If we're doing $300, we're gonna be fucking.
Exactly, George. Exactly. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one.
We gonna be doing some buck wild crazy shit.
We gonna do some sessions straight like that.
More than that.
Right.
Not for no talking. Now hell no. Not for no talking.
Yeah, like remember, it's like that. Remember the Chappelle skit when after the story before he left the show, where they had the skit where he's sitting in the barbershop and he's watching the TV. It's like 106 in the Park, and AJ say, "Hey, Dave Chappelle made $500 million," and the guy said, "Now you're done now." I said, "How much is the haircut?" Says $11,000. I said, "Oh," it's saying like, "Oh." And, so that's the new price. They say, "Well, you're gonna do that to shave my balls."
Yeah, there's some characters out there, man. Like it's a roller coaster. I'm not gonna lie. I just be consistent on it because I don't mind talking to them, but sometimes I gotta like fall back because sometimes I don't know, like if you see some of my interviews, I don't always talk to female builders like that. I'll talk to people that do comic books and all that stuff. Sometimes they trying to get into. They get into like they kind of get into their own, and they'll go to like the Kickstarter to help them whatever that they do, but they start on their own and stuff like that.
Right. Oh yeah. Now I've seen you in those interviews, and I want to come up on more of those interviews. If I can.
Yeah. One thing I would like to get to do more is I was doing quite often interviews with women in combat sports and MMA. It's hard to get with those because some of them have like managers, and that's the one thing. Sometimes the managers might tell them, "Oh, don't do this," because I learned this from my friend. The coach said sometimes the managers tell these ladies, hey, "Don't do that, don't do that." Well, no one is talking about them, so why not? If it's not people like myself who are podcasters, most of these women would not get on like a big podcast like Ariel Hawani or whoever else was the big podcasters on women mixed martial arts. It's a small podcasters. Like not all you gonna be on DD or on
female bodybuilding channel.
Bodybuilding channel, and other ones they don't talk to female bodybuilders that often. If they talk to anybody that's in the female bodybuilding sport, it's gonna be bikini or wellness, maybe figure every now and then. They talk to the ones that fit the idea of what appeals to to people who are, they prefer to talk to someone that looks like, well, we like somebody that looks a little more feminine. That's, well, it's still feminine. It's just a different level of woman. And some of these ladies, and some ladies kind of worried. They kind of worried. They don't want to do too many of these. But no one. You got to say yourself, who else is talking to you? Nobody. And this is me just being a fan. I want to hear your story. I follow you on social media. I mean, seeing you, and I just want to hear what you do, what gets you, what motivates you. Share with people who may not understand what's involved being a bodybuilder. There's so much of this stuff, so much of this sport.
No,
we got some people.
You're totally right.
Real quick, same here. The reason why I reach out to them is because I'm interested in learning about their lifestyle, and I genuinely want to uplift them and support them. Then Lawrence Perkins says, plus you have to remember you have to pay your own bill, gas in the car, light bill, car bill, and everything as well before paying $300. And then he says, I enjoy seeing your interviews on your platform too, KLA. Appreciate that, Lawrence Perkins. What you were saying, Rolando?
No, I just want to, give you guys props, man, for, continuing that, because I think I get my feelings in it, because I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I mean, a part of me is like interested in them too. But then again, I dial that back and I say, you know what? Like I said, like they're busy. They're probably going through something. Let me not even put too much. And I got to be, I got to have, at least a little bit of thick skin. You know what I mean? But
I mean, I got feelings at times too. Sometimes I would complain to George and stuff, and he would just tell me to move on and all that stuff. And, then I just like, I probably can't really feed into all this stuff because I got other things going on around me and stuff. So,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's trials and it's trials and error, dealing with it. Because I really was learning from him, really, because I seen him just like you see me. And I was like, wow, how does he do that? Like, how does he talk to these women? And it was fascinating just watching him, because he's not a big YouTuber like that, and it was like, wow, so yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah. Sometimes some of these women, they feel like they might have the need to talk, they want to share and express their feelings as being a bodybuilder. Everybody, like I say, women like to talk. Yes, these are big, pump, muscular shaped females, but it's still, again, women. And women, if you make them feel comfortable with themselves and make it not about just them being bodybuilders. That's the part. But also just have this talk, share their story, share the passion, what interests them, what they want to do. Do they have plans outside of the sport? If they could do anything else, would it be bodybuilding? And this is sometimes, in some cases, this is a sport that kind of may save their life because they're going through some stuff. Like I know quite a few ladies how they went through bad relationships. Some had dealt with some mental, physical abuse.
I've heard about
so much to this that people don't, from the outside, don't understand. And when they feel really comfortable sharing their stories, give a perspective of what it is to be a bodybuilder, especially in a sport where it's very more male dominated. Even though percentage of the divisions is women, that's divisions like women's bodybuilding, physique, figure, fitness, wellness, and bikini, but still the focus always going to be on the guys because they're the ones. That's how the whole thing started because of them. And it's again, if you're someone who's on the outside who knows so little bodybuilding, you'll think of one person you always gonna think about bodybuilding is Arnold the Terminator. That's that's the first person you think about. You don't think about Andrea Shaw or Rachel Daniels or Evie Rain or
most people don't know who that is.
Yeah, or Cindy Gilliam, eight time.
Oh yeah. Name rings a bell.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Oh, I said it. Oh yeah. The other names were like rings a bell. Even though you and Kayla a little older than me, I kind of remember from the magazines I used to see back in the day. Yeah,
we all looked at the magazines. They were like, but even now everything's going digital, going on to me like IG and Twitter and Facebook. It's a new age. The magazines are dying. They just that issue with Andrea. The last public issue about muscle development. They're not doing the magazines anymore, because people are going digital. You can just get a computer and pull up pictures and videos. Even Rain, who I just mentioned, she retired. She's retired this year. She's not competing anymore. And who
was that again? Who was that again?
Evie Rain.
Evie Rain. Okay, I think I remember her. Oh wow.
Yeah. She's a multiple time Olympian. She is she's the first women's physique master champion. She retired this year. She's a mother with 2 kids and a husband. Brazilian, great physique. I mean, she retired this year. And people go like, "Oh, we're not gonna see her." But all you gotta do is just go on the computer. You can find pictures and videos on her. You may not see nothing new, but you can always reminisce from when she was competing back in the day. I honestly, she's a woman. She has a beautiful physique.
Let me play something real quick.
My favorite thing about being a professional bodybuilder is like walking down the street and passing a group of guys. When you have a bunch of muscle as a woman, they're always like, or they're like, and when I'm walking by them, I'm always like, oh my God, I look ginormous right now. It's my favorite.
Hey, yo, Clyde, I want to say it now, man. You looking good. Good. That's me, right? That's me or you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like muscular women and stuff. It's like, like very once in a while, because I'm in the city and stuff, and you just be like looking, and I do go to places and I'm seeing them, and it's kind of normal. I remember I went to New York Pro and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I'm just looking at all these muscular women. Some of them, it wasn't even competing, and I'm like, wow, and it's like,
imagine if you went to the Olympia weekend.
Hey, Clyde, hey, you gotta invite me down, man.
Well, you gotta have money.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Have money, brother. You can't be broke. That's why I'm like now. I'm trying to save some money to go, because, like I said, I want to go to another show. I hadn't gone to a show since 2 years ago, and I'm saving money aside. And right now, one thing we're saving money, not having a car. I don't have to pay for gas, but I do try to keep up with insurance and stuff, because if I ever get my car back, and I want to go. I know Keith says he wants to fly me out whenever him and Tina do a show together. I'm happy. But you know what? I should take the opportunity, because I may not get a chance. And I'm thinking of like my niece, my oldest niece. She lives in Atlanta, and maybe by the summer, I have money up. I can just she can come pick me up, and I can ride out there with her, and I'll go check out the Atlanta Pro, because I went to Atlanta. So it would be great to go to Atlanta, see how that goes.
Yeah, I might come along. Hey, or come down.
Lauren Perkins, she says to Rolando, yeah, Rolando G, continue to keep your head up and have wisdom and understanding will carry you all the way, brother.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Lawrence. Appreciate that. Yeah. No doubt. Yeah. Yeah, nah, just yeah, you know, dealing with sometimes how they are, but you know, I mean, but I commend you too, you know, for like the great interviews that you have with them and stuff. And yeah, man. Yeah. And hopefully you guys can get the more popular ones up there at some point. I mean,
well, like I said, it's hard to get them because I would love to get on. I would love to get out here one day. But it's great to get anybody who wants to come on here, like just someone like Nicolette Burton, talking to her. I got to talk to Millie Specco. That's a legend. I'm hoping we can do a part 2 because there was so much. She only gave me an hour because she was doing her cardio. There was so much we agree. I'm thinking maybe
that was a good interview. That was a good interview. I was watching that.
I like those are the ones I think I love the most. When I get to talk to like someone like Melly Specco or Alicia Florio, Rhonda Lee, Sue Price, Nancy Lewis. I mean, the ladies who are no longer competing, but I follow. I mean,
hey George,
Nancy. When I got a chance.
No, I was gonna say you're forgetting about my favorite. Because I'll be tripping off her every time I see her, Sherry Priami. Oh, man.
Sherry Priami's still in the game. These are the ones,
right.
Who yeah. Ones I'm talking about, the ones who have not competing anymore. Because I remember when I was talking with Melanie, how asking about Kim Perez, and Kim Perez had a great physique.
Yeah.
And how she said the friendship changed because, how at a show, Kim placed 4th and Melody placed 5th. But then the judges told Melody, hey, we put you in the wrong position. You're supposed to be 4th and Kim supposed to be 5th. And then the friendship ended. I asked her where she is. No one haven't heard from her. One lady, there's a couple ladies, one lady I'm talking to right now, and I'm hoping maybe she come around, I'll get her on. When she do, y'all first will be to know. Because right now I don't want to jinx it by saying, but I'm hoping. I'm in contact with her. Great physique. She's one of those women that I put up there that really brought sex appeal to women's bodybuilding. I'm not going to know her names, but when I get to talk to someone like Sherry, who's active, when I get to talk to someone like, I think Sherry might say is one of the like Sheena or Rashana or even
Whitney Jones
up there.
I was about to say, Whitney Jones is it Whitney Jones or Whitney Johns?
Who?
Whitney Jones. I think she.
Whitney. No Whitney. I know Whitney. You talk about Marika Jones.
Oh, Marika Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no Whitneys on me yet now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, or any ladies who have been to Olympia, like Natalie Ray, or I'm hoping to try to have. I'm reach out to a couple ladies, maybe try to have them back and share their Olympia experience. Because I had Marika on. I might see if I was talking to Mariana Van Geke. See, I might reach out to her and see if she's. I know. I might see if Natalie won't come back. I know she said after she came back, her and husband was sick, so I'll give her another week or so. I might reach out again and say, hey, you want to come back on? Talk about your. We might talk about the. We'll talk about that Kitty KO shit. Get her thoughts on that because he was the one approached her, and she did not. Like I said again. I posted I gave her a clap. I posted and I say she liked it because she didn't fall for the okie doke. She didn't fall for yoki doke.
All right. Let me. Just another. Lawrence Perkins. He says, "You're welcome, Rolando G."
That's my man right there, man. Lawrence Perkins, man. Brown, thanks, man. Definitely need that.
Yeah,
you know
so
what? One more thing.
gentlemen, go ahead.
Oh, I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. I want to ask you
Go
and
ahead.
George just
I'm
one more
telling
thing.
you, go ahead.
Oh, okay. You know what? If y'all could get some of the past, I want to say, American Gladiators on here. Oh man, that'll be even more
I
cool.
tried. I tried to talk
Don't
to
even ask
Ice.
that.
I remember
Okay.
I tried to talk to Ice,
Hmm.
and she was like, I remember I offered her a little bit of money, a little bit, and she kind of like she rather like she rather talk to you face to face. She doesn't do the virtual thing. That's my experience of a American Gladiator.
Oh, I see. I see.
way
Like in some kind
harder.
of studio setting or something. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Mm.
those
Yeah.
are practice celebrities. They will not
Yeah.
unless you are somewhat like a big YouTuber. They will
Yeah.
not talk to like somebody.
Okay.
Like,
But she usually,
KL,
her
5,000
interviews.
subscribers.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean shit. I mean, like you have more people talking to
That
me.
does. Yeah, but that does. This is wait, stop. They will look at your following, and if you have a high following, this is a business mind thing. If you have a high following, you can have. If you're not in the like, they'll talk to somebody Dave Palumbo, who's in the game, who's in business. They'll talk to Didi because he's.
No, I understand. I know, but it's not like. But the numbers I have, they're not going to talk. Some of them have, like some of them have, but not too many of them. Not too many of them like that. Because some people that you talk to, they ain't talking with me for nothing. So I mean, yes, I get it, but you know, it's.
But it's also this, like I said, many of them. If it's a following, yeah, you have a lot of followers. But sometimes if they feel like, I don't know, it's maybe how you approach them or how you interact with them. It's because you, like I said, you have talked to ladies I hadn't got a chance to talk to. You know. And
Some of them are paid. Some of them are paid to talk.
Oh, that's the thing I'm not willing to do. And that's why those they don't want to talk about. No.
Some of them are paid. That's why you do see to see some of them on like Courtney, you know. But you know, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, like now, you know, now you see me talking to natural bodybuilders. I don't always talk to the IFBBs, like you know, you or Dave or what's his name, Didi on the spot and like that, or female bodybuilder channel. I guess I took another turn, another route to Albuquerque or some shit, you know. So
what you found something that really worked for you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it worked for you to talk to the women who do the natural stuff. You know, you found your niche. Everybody got to find something that works for them, you know. And like I said, I even reached out a couple of some of the natural competitors. They're not getting back as much, but I think it's a lot easier for me now because I think I'm gaining this reputation. You know, I mean,
you are.
I just picked up 3 ladies, and 2 of them just competed at the remaining muscle fest. One lady just got a pro card. Yesterday, Saturday at the remaining muscle fest, and I'm hoping to get in with her soon. 2 ladies made their pro debuts, and that thing is, if you get the fresh new pros, you get them, especially you get them like you get them fresh off the line. I mean, just get the pro cards, you know. And these other ladies, they, you know, one she just made the pro debut after 9 years after getting a pro card. This other lady, she got her pro card about a month ago. You know, they're the ones who are probably more open minded compared to the ones who already been.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah, because you just interviewed Stephanie Herrera, who I interviewed, and she just got a pro card.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, it's Stephanie Herrera. Okay, I missed that one. Right.
Yeah, 3 pro cards in 2 different divisions, and that's something is you don't really see too often. That's why I reached out to her.
Oh, so she's
But
like
she was making it seem like it wasn't a big deal because I was asking her, sometimes I was like a little, like I felt a little stuck because sometimes she would like give me like these short answers, or sometimes we would have a conversation, but it was a little it was a little tough a bit, I ain't gonna lie, but it was all right,
Yeah, it's just sometimes if you have to have a good. This is why one thing is one thing about this, you have to really know the sport too. Like you said, you're more a fan of the muscle women, but if you don't really know as much of the aspect of the sport, sometimes you might have some empty spots because they really want to get your engagement on bodybuilding. They also want to talk about the other stuff too, but they really want to see what your thoughts or you really want to get your education.
Sometimes I don't really have that. I mean, like I'm keeping it real. Like I mean, like I just, I can't like beat myself up for it too. I like what I like. I mean, all I could just say, I try to understand it, but it's like another language. I mean, that's all I could do. I probably could talk to them like, have like a regular conversation, like what you do outside of bodybuilding, or like what do you like to eat, because sometimes I do a little fitness myself, like there's moments I could be cautious of what I'm eating, sometimes I'm not. I don't care, that's the more of a fitness you'll get for me, and I've done fitness myself too, that's that's I mean, I go into this bodybuilding shit, like, it's not my world like that. I was the dude that, I would pick up the Muscle magazine and beat off and straight up, because or I'll draw them and stuff like that, and I would post it up on my social media, and that's all for Muscle Women for me. That's it. Like, I didn't really care about the like that, or so caught up into it. I just like the session stuff. Yeah, that I was that guy, and I mean, now, just like listening to you, like, going to the muscle talk and stuff, getting the education a bit, but it's still like, it's, I don't even look at mainstream sports like that, yo. Like, I'm starting to like go back looking at basketball now, because only thing I was watching, I think I was watching one game of the New York Liberty, and that was it. They won that series.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so I mean, like, even like, because I know it's just politics and stuff like that, just like listening to it, and I get it, but I'm not in that realm like that, so it's really tough. It can be tough. I'm curious. That's it.
Nah,
but the thing is,
I hear you.
when you do this content, you have to be, like I said, it is an education. You have to, get their thoughts, get their feelings on it, because this is their sport, and sometimes they don't want to just talk to somebody who's just gonna say, "Hey, you got muscles around that." No, they want you to.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. It's not like I do that, but
I know you'll do that, but that's the thing is, that's why I bring it onto my muscle talk, so you get to learn and get the lingo, get the understanding what's involved in it, because we don't have those parts where you have like a little dead air. So let me show a video or let me show a picture. Most time I don't spend too much time on that because we have a conversation. We talk about,
but I'm not. We're not the same. I just, like, no, I'm just saying. But even with the muscle talk, sometimes like I could get into the conversation. Sometimes I just can't. I'm listening, but I'm not. I'm not so in tune with it. It depends on the topic. Like you like last week you was talking about the expensive. Yeah, I probably can relate to it. You was asking me and I was answering my input. But if it's something like how many shows that they have this year and all this stuff. And and you be talking more deeper than Didi on the spot or even Dave sometimes. Like word,
Yeah.
like real talk. Like I'm not bullshitting you. Like
And
I don't even think female bodybuilding channel do the stuff that you do. Like
I
you
don't think they
talk
do
about
either.
it.
and even Ryan, he says it's not much effect because, like I said, he's been invited to the Olympia, but he turned it down. I think this is a great opportunity. Why but like I said, he's
But he
more
have a lot of women talking to him. That's the strange. That's the funny part. I mean, he been doing it for like maybe like
How
six
long?
years, 7 years, or
Oh, okay.
yeah.
yeah, that amount.
Okay.
Like I've been on
Okay.
YouTube longer than him, and he got, but I wasn't doing what he was doing. But still, like he just asked like basic questions about working out. And then when I was listening to George, he like taking it to another level. I'm like, he talking about the political things up in there. Like he talking about
Oh
how
yeah.
women be struggling, all that stuff. Yeah, like
Right.
that like a lot of these dudes, they don't really like talk about the way you do it. You know?
Nah. They just say, "Oh, flex," and they'll do a posing thing after that, and it's like, okay.
Like I said, everybody is going to be different. When I got to this, I didn't want to be like, I like the Fear About You. I've been on one of their things. I remember that time, my first time when it was me, David, AJJB, and we had Chelsea Dion, and also we had Ashley Hadley, because that was the year because she mass competed in 2020.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
Because she had to step away because of she was dealing with an illness. Beautiful physique. She still looks good. She's not as big as she's big, but she still looks good. And you want to get a perspective of what's involved in this sport. It's not just about all about what encompasses from everything from the training, the cost, the travel. That's why I do stuff like that, because people need to know it's not about always the thing about bodybuilding they always pick about it's the steroids.
Yeah.
But that's only a small factor to it. These ladies have to train and diet year in, year round. I mean, they have to make sacrifices. Like I said again, they may not be able to go out and do what you want to do. I mean, some of them have kids. Sometimes they can't even go to, like if their kids have an event, like something like for the holidays, they may not able to go to it because they have to get ready for a show, or they have to sleep, they have to train. There is so much that's involved with it. And that's why I talk about that stuff. Like if you tomorrow, because it's not even 12 o'clock yet, I'm doing my Muscle Talk Monday. We talk about the future of bodybuilding.
Yeah, I look forward for that. I could check that out. Yeah, you could send me the
Yeah, I'm
link
gonna check it out
if I'm
tomorrow.
able to go.
Yeah,
you could drop a link for me.
If Rolando, you want to come by? I've seen it too. I've seen, you want to come by? The link, I usually post usually I do this. I post the link for when I do my muscle talk. I post the link in the live stream, but when I do my interview, I don't post the link because I don't want y'all to be in that. I don't want y'all to be nah. But we're talking about things that really is relevant, especially for these ladies. That's why I talk about the cost of competing, the stuff that's involved with being a bodybuilder. I mean, there is so much that some people will never understand. Because you have to really think about it. Again, the sacrifices they're gonna be, the time they got to put into it, money they could put to better use, like get a new car, or put a down payment on a house. You got to think about it. In a year's time, you can spend maybe over $20,000 on loan on a prep. Counting, and if you're smart, you know some strategies, some little shortcuts, some hacks. The one thing is also the one big thing is the posing suit. That thing is expensive. There's so much to this, and really, when I reach out and I get the feedback, and these ladies say, you know what, I get ladies who have similar requests the next day or the same day and say, hey, I really like that. So we'll get back, we'll talk. And sometimes some will get back to me, some don't. I say, usually I just move on from them. But the ones who get back say, hey, I'm still interested. You know, I might even call and say, hey, you still interested about doing the interview? Say, yeah. Let me know when we'll set it up. Okay, that's good. That's cool. But like I said again, there's so much to this that people need to understand. And that's why I think people need to be more educated to what's involved bodybuilding. It's not all steroids and this and that. There's so much to this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play one video and that's gonna be it right now. So,
nice.
Hold on.
Nice. We're gonna have to do an arm wrestle.
Why does every first date end up like this for me? This is like the weirdest thing.
Oh my god.
God, he's really trying as well.
Oh my god. Kind of let her win. That's what I'm gonna tell people.
That dude is lucky, man.
That was Louise Plum. She just got her pro card. She competed. Yeah, she competed. It was Olympia at the it was Olympia. It was the Eastern European Olympia at the Lena Popa Classic. She competed both women's bodybuilding and physique. There wasn't enough female bodybuilders. I don't think even enough physique competitors. She applied for a pro card. She's from Great Britain. She's a mom. She also does things for anti-bullying. There's a video I saw. You know, she's now IB pro. You know, she hangs out with Ruby Muscle because they competed the same shows together. And I think Lisa might try to apply for a pro card because there's just at the Romanian Muscle Fest. This is the first year that no woman has got her pro card in women's bodybuilding. The last 2 years, there have been two women that double dip, and I interviewed one of them. That's Amelia. I interviewed her. She's from Bulgaria, and I interviewed her. And there was Natalia Bastrova, the Russian, who she got pro card both in women's bodybuilding and physique. Made a pro debut at the Romanian Muscle Fest. Then got a pro card at the Ultima Classic. Did Omaha and competed in Olympia. And that lady, she follows me too. I mean, she speaks Russian. I would love to interview her. I would love to, but we have to get a translator. I mean,
why don't you do it like the first time, like get a translator and stuff?
The problem is do something in translation when you do interviews. You really do. That's why I know David interviews Zama Benta. And the other thing is when you have to do a translation, you lose something in the process. He might get something. It's not as good as like I've interviewed ladies who have from other countries, but it's sometimes it's better to interview someone who speaks English.
Yeah, English. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
I have to joke a little bit in my interviews. And sometimes some people get it, some people don't. But sometimes if somebody whose English is pretty good and they understand the joke and they get somebody, when you do it with someone in their language, you got to translate from this and that, and it does lose something.
Right. Because I can see like their face, they're like, okay, or something.
You can't do something. That's what
you like quoting your Dave Chappelle shows and stuff like that. So
yeah. You're not, because it's a great show. I was watching a thing with
Londo cracking up.
Yeah, Daniel Rollins. Remember, he was one of the guys on the Sparrow Show. He talked about how his claim to fame was. You remember that I'm rich, bitch. That was really he blew up.
Yeah.
Remember part we got shot by Wayne Brady. And you can't remember. What's the face? She was on that episode. She was on the episode when he got shot by Wayne Brady. She was like, Winston White says, nice to meet you, Dave. I like you. Run, bitch, wait for your life. That was her.
Yeah.
Most of that.
Oh.
It was like right after she did the when she got her first Olympic qualification at Savannah Pro. She talked about what I used to do. I said, you with Michelle? You about Choke Beach? That was her.
I think I remember that.
That was her.
Yeah, she was talking about it. That she met him she knew Darla Rollins through somebody or something like that, and you know, I think that's how she got the role and doing it, something like that.
Who was this again? I didn't catch the name.
Winsome White.
Oh, name.
Yeah, because she was the one, Michelle, in you know, and you told her to run, bitch, run for your life, and your wing bear's about to choke a bitch. That was
man.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm on my tablet and my battery's gonna die out, and I don't want y'all to. Yeah. So I mean, I appreciate y'all.
I gotta get back to work.
Yeah.
It's about midnight here, and you know, I need to. I'm go sleep. I got some things I got to do tomorrow. You know.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all. You know.
Nah, man. Hey, Clyde. Hey,
man.
You know, definitely, man. Hey, thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. Thank you for the people in the chat. You know, appreciate y'all coming in and giving y'all thoughts. And so I think that's about it. So thank you. And maybe another time we'll do KLA on Sundays. But that's in the future. That's in the works. All right.
Cool.
Peace.
Y'all. Thanks.
All right. See you later.